Chapter 31. Aunt Xiao and Sister Bai. Gyarados, use Dragon's Fury. Charizard, let's use Dragon's Fury too. Boom. The two shock waves collided in the air and exploded instantly. Then, a thicker Dragon's Fury pierced through the smoke and blasted Gyarados away, rendering it unable to fight. Lin Rui put the Gyarados back into the Pokeball, shook his head helplessly and said to himself. Teacher Leng's Charizard is really strong. Even though Gyarados is already level 30, it still can't last more than 10 rounds. In the afternoon battle class, under the encouragement of everyone, Lin Rui and Lang Yao had a fierce battle. As a result, in less than 10 rounds, Lin Rui's Gyarados was defeated. Lin Rui, you have trained Gyarados well. As long as you don't encounter a Pokémon that is also at the top of the Lord level and has restrained attributes, I believe you can go further in the Elite Cup. Lang Yao encouraged Lin Rui. The other side. After Xiao Yun picked up Bai Yi at the airport, she went to the gate of Jianghai No. 1 Middle School and waited from noon until school was over in the afternoon. I said, you flew all the way from the imperial capital just to see a child. In the car, Xiao Yun asked Bai Yi who was sitting in the passenger seat. What do you know? If what Lin Rui said is true, it will be a major discovery. Bai Yi said dissatisfiedly. Bell. Just then, the bell rang. After a while, groups of 3 or 5 students walked out of the school gate. Seeing this, the two got out of the car immediately and came to the school gate. Not long after, Xiao Yun saw her niece Zhang Jianan and 2 boys walking out of the teaching building together. Jianan. Xiao Yun waved her hand and shouted. Zhang Jianan looked in the direction of the voice and found that the person who called her was her aunt, Wang Xiu's mother. Aunt, why did you come to my school? Zhang Jianan asked in confusion. She and Wang Xiu are not from the same school, so Xiao Yun shouldn't be here. Xiao Yun smiled and asked, are these 2 your classmates? Zhang Jianan nodded and introduced, well, this is Lin Rui, and this is Sun Ji. Lin Rui, Sun Ji, this is my aunt, Xiu's mother. After hearing Zhang Jianan's introduction, Xiao Yun and Bai Yi looked at each other. It turns out he is Lin Rui, he is quite handsome. Hello auntie. Lin Rui and Sun Ji greeted each other politely, then Lin Rui turned to Zhang Jianan and said, then we'll leave first. See you tomorrow. Hey, wait a minute, Lin Rui. Seeing Lin Rui was about to leave, Bai Yi hurriedly stepped forward and blocked his way. Lin Rui looked at Bai Yi in front of him, very confused. Aren't they here to find Zhang Jianan instead of him? At this time, Bai Yi lifted her hair and said with a smile, hello, classmate Lin Rui. My name is Bai Yi, I am a researcher from the Longguo archaeological team, and I came here today specifically to see you. Find me. Lin Rui was stunned for just a few seconds, but he quickly guessed why the other party appeared here. It must be because of the Mega Evolution. He only told this matter to 3 people, Sun Ji, Zhang Jianan and Wang Xiu. Considering that the other party came with Wang Xiu's mother, it is likely that Wang Xiu told others about this. However, Lin Rui did not blame Wang Xiu. On the contrary, he had to thank Wang Xiu. He was worried about how to announce the Mega Evolution. Now, the opportunity has come. Aunt Bai, can I call you that? Lin Rui asked with blinking eyes. Ding. Negative emotions from Bai Yi, +10. Student Lin Rui, am I that old? Bai Yi asked in pretended anger. That's not the case, but you see, Jianan and I are classmates, and Jianan is the niece of Xiu's mother, and you are friends with her. The generation gap is here, so if I don't call you Aunt Bai, should I call you Sister Bai? Just call me Sister Bai. Bai Yi said with a smile, obviously very satisfied with the title. Ding. Negative emotions from Xiao Yun, +50. Bai Yi, that's enough. Can you behave yourself in front of the children? Xiao Yun scolded. What's wrong? I just like Lin Rui to call me Sister Bai. Is it your business? Bai Yi put her hands on her hips and said dissatisfiedly. As she moved, the big white rabbits on her chest also shook, which made Lin Rui's mouth dry. Ashamed to say it. In his previous life, Lin Rui was still an innocent little virgin until he traveled through time. I have never seen such big breasts at such a close distance. Humph. Whatever you want. Jianan, let's go. Having said that, Xiao Yun pulled Zhang Jianan up and turned away. Seeing this, Bai Yi also pulled Lin Rui up and said with a smile, Brother Lin, come with me. That smile directly fascinated Lin Rui, and he unconsciously held Bai Yi's hand tightly. Hey, Ruizi, you all left, what about me? Ding. Negative emotions from Sun Ji, plus 50. Damn Lin Rui, he is so inhumane and has abandoned me just like that. Sun Ji looked at Lin Rui's receding back and made a silent protest. After half an hour. Jianghai City, Ziwixi Anglo Hotel. This is a century-old store and is very famous in Jianghai City. Lin Rui and his group came here after leaving Jianghai No. 1 Middle School. Xiao Yun had already booked a private room here, one to entertain Lin Rui, and the other to welcome Bai Yi. Even though they were just bickering, the friendship between the two is still very strong. When they walked into the box, Wang Xia was already eating there secretly. Mom, Aunt Bai, you are finally here. If you hadn't come, I would have starved to death. Wang Xia complained immediately when she saw Xiao Yun and others coming in. Starved to death? I think you are going to die of overeating. Xiao Yun glanced at the empty plates on the table and said unhappily. Wang Xia chuckled and did not refute. The key point is that it's useless to refute. The empty plate is still on the table. How can you refute? Lin Rui, the last one to enter the box, was immediately delighted when he saw a room full of women of different styles. Once upon a time, he had fantasized about this kind of scene many times, and he never expected that it would actually come true one day. Lin Rui, please sit anywhere and don't be polite. Xiao Yun greeted Lin Rui when she saw that he was still not sitting down. Yes, come and sit next to your sister. Bai Yi was not polite and pulled Lin Rui to her side. Lin Rui sat down next to Bai Yi reluctantly, thinking that mature women are indeed more open-minded, unlike young girls like Zhang Jianan who are so reserved. Speaking of Zhang Jianan, Lin Rui secretly glanced at Zhang Jianan. Seeing her pouting and looking at him angrily, Lin Rui could only spread his hands to express that he was helpless too. After everyone was seated, the food was served quickly. After all the dishes were served, Bai Yi stopped joking and spoke seriously. Lin Rui, I guess you have guessed why I came to see you. Lin Rui nodded and said, if I'm not mistaken, it should be for Mega Evolution, right? Chapter 32. The Mysterious Stone Tablet. Yes, that's what you call Mega Evolution. Bai Yi nodded and continued, I am engaged in the archaeological research of Pokémon. A few months ago, we discovered a relic in a newly appeared secret place in Baihe province. There is a stone wall in the ruins. On the stone wall are many Pokémon we have never seen before, but their forms are somewhat similar to the Pokémon we know. At first we thought we had discovered a new species of Pokémon, but after I heard Xiu talk about Mega Evolution yesterday, I think the Pokémon on the mural should be the so-called Mega Evolution. Ruins, murals. Lin Rui muttered something to himself. In the original Pokémon story, Mega Evolution first appeared in the Kalos region. The people of the Kalos region call Mega Evolution the crystallization of science. However, just when people thought they had uncovered the mystery of Mega Evolution, a voice from the Hone region gave them a resounding slap in the face. It turns out that Mega Evolution has already existed in the Hone region, and it was 3,000 years earlier than in the Kalos region. All of this came from a meteorite from outer space. But that was an anime, and Lin Rui didn't know where the Mega Evolution in this world originated from, nor was he interested in it. After all, his ambition is not to become an archaeologist, but to become the strongest Pokémon trainer. At this time, Bai Yi asked again, Lin Rui, I want to know how you know about Mega Evolution. Coming. Lin Rui knew that as long as he revealed the news of Mega Evolution, this day would definitely come. Telling the truth definitely won't work, so I can only play dumb and talk nonsense. Lin Rui took a deep breath, looked at Bai Yi and said, Sister Bai, I saw it on the internet by chance. I thought it was interesting at the time, so I wrote it down. When I went to look for it again, I found that I couldn't find it anymore. This answer was thought out by Lin Rui after careful consideration. If he says that he found it in an ancient book or in a secret place, then in order to verify whether what he said is true, he will definitely be asked to produce evidence. But he said he saw it on the internet, so there is no way to verify it. The world is so big, who knows who uploaded it? Even if you want to check, you may not be able to find it. Sure enough, after listening to Lin Rui's explanation, Bai Yi showed a look of disappointment. I saw it on the internet. Lin Rui nodded and said, well, I thought it was a liar at the time, but I didn't expect there would really be a Mega Evolution. At this time, Xiao Yun on the side said, Lin Rui, I heard from Xiu that you have a super evolution stone, can you show it to me? Of course. As he spoke, Lin Rui took the flame chicken's evolution stone off his neck. After returning that day, he made the evolution stone into a necklace and wore it around his neck. Xiao Yun took the evolution stone and looked at it carefully. Is this glass bead the evolution stone? It doesn't seem to be anything special. Xiao Yun said as he observed. And Xiao, even though it looks like a glass bead, as long as it resonates with the keystone, Blah's icon can complete its mega evolution. Lin Rui said. Lin Rui, Auntie has an unwelcome request. Xiao Yun looked at it for a while, didn't see anything special, and returned the evolution stone to Lin Rui. You say. Auntie wants to buy this evolution stone from you. You can name the price. Xiao Yun said sincerely. I'm really sorry Aunt Xiao, I don't plan to sell it. Hearing this, Lin Rui refused outright. Although selling the evolution stone could indeed make him a fortune, this evolution stone was the evolution stone of Blah's icon, which was exactly what he needed. In this period when mega evolution is not popular at all, it is difficult to find another evolution stone for flame chicken. So, it is definitely impossible to sell it. Lin Rui, I promise to satisfy you with the price. Before Xiao Yun could finish her words, Lin Rui quickly stretched out his hand to interrupt her and said, Aunt Xiao, I understand your intention, but I really won't sell it. Can I ask what you want this evolution stone for? To be honest, I'm engaged in Pokémon research. Researching Pokémon is my job. I want to buy this evolution stone to conduct research on mega evolution. Xiao Yun said. Lin Rui thought, a Pokémon researcher, isn't this exactly what he needs? Originally, he was thinking about getting in touch with Bai Yi. But archaeology is not as famous as scientific research. Thinking of this, Lin Rui smiled and said, Aunt Xiao, I have an idea. What are your thoughts? Tell me. I can lend you this evolution stone for free, but I have a condition. What conditions? Xiao Yun asked impatiently, as long as you agree to lend me this evolution stone, I will agree to 10 conditions, not just one. Lin Rui waved his hand and said, no need for 10. I just want to study mega evolution with you. Hearing this, everyone present looked at Lin Rui strangely. Lin Rui, don't you want to be a Pokémon trainer? Why do you want to do scientific research? Zhang Jianan asked. Lin Rui took a deep breath, looked at Zhang Jianan and said, becoming a Pokémon trainer has always been my dream, and it will never change. As for studying mega evolution, it's purely my interest. I don't think the two are in conflict. Being an excellent Pokémon trainer doesn't mean that you can't be an excellent researcher. Similarly, being an excellent researcher doesn't mean that you can't be a strong researcher. Besides, with my understanding of mega evolution, I believe I can help Aunt Xiao. Well said. As soon as Lin Rui finished speaking, Xiao Yun clapped her hands excitedly. Lin Rui is right. Who says those who do scientific research can't be good trainers? Back then, I almost became a gym trainer. Xiao Yun recalled the past. Come on, stop bragging. It's obvious that you switched to scientific research because you failed to become a gym trainer. Bai Yi said directly. Ding. Negative emotions from Xiao Yun, plus 100. Bai Yi, if you don't speak, no one will think you are dumb. Xiao Yun said, staring at Bai Yi with a frown. Bai Yi pretended not to see it and continued talking to everyone. You don't know, back then. Bai Yi, if you dare to talk nonsense again, I will tear your mouth apart. When Xiao Yun saw that Bai Yi was about to bring up all the embarrassing things that happened to her in the past, she panicked and threatened her immediately. Seeing that Xiao Yun was really angry, Bai Yi shrugged and said, see, you are angry, so I will save some face for you, but you know the hush money. Humph. Xiao Yun snorted coldly, no longer paying attention to the disrespectful Bai Yi, and turned to look at Lin Rui and said. Lin Rui, I agree to your conditions. From now on, you can follow me to do research. Thank you, Auntie Xiao, but I have classes during the week, so I may only be free on weekends. What do you think? It's okay, it's the weekend. Thank you, Aunt Xiao. Chapter 33. Father and son join forces. It was already evening when we returned from Xianglu. Before leaving, Lin Rui and Xiao Yun agreed on the time for their next meeting, and Lin Rui also reminded Xiao Yun to find the keystone as soon as possible. After all, Only by collecting all the evolution stones and keystones can Mega Evolution be completed. Otherwise, the evolution stones without keystones are no different from ordinary glass beads. In addition, Lin Rui also asked Xiao Yun to find a trainer who had a Blaz icon. This is much easier than finding the keystone. In fact, if it weren't for participating in the Elite Cup, he himself could have become a test subject. After returning home, Lin Rui lay on the bed and reviewed his performance tonight. His explanation of Mega Evolution is still a bit too far-fetched. Even if I get away with it this time, what about next time? After all, in the world of Pokémon, there is more than one way to enhance the combat power of Pokémon, namely Mega Evolution. There will be Z moves and TIE crystallization in the future. Do you say you saw it on the internet every time? This obviously cannot convince everyone. But at this time, he thought of the ruins and murals that Bai Yi mentioned. If the murals in the ruins really record information about Mega Evolution, then perhaps in some corner of this world, it is possible to find information about Z moves and TIE crystallization. Once discovered, he might be able to take advantage of the situation to launch Z moves and TIE crystallization. But doing so will make you appear more passive. If no one discovers it, then there will be no way to launch Z moves and TIE crystallization. In addition, there is one more point. Even if someone really found relevant clues, how could he know it with his identity? Just like this time, if he hadn't told Zhang Jianan and others the information about Mega Evolution, and Zhang Jianan's aunt happened to be a Pokémon researcher, and happened to know Bai Yi, the Pokémon archaeologist. If there weren't so many coincidences, how would he know about the ruins and murals? Therefore, improving social status is very important. The easiest and quickest way to improve your social status is to become an excellent trainer. As long as Lin Rui can be promoted to a king-level trainer, his status in Dragon Country will not be transcendent, but he will at least be a hegemon. You know, in Dragon Country, with a population of over 1 billion, there are only 100 king-level trainers. Of course, this is just the data that Longguo has released publicly. No one knows whether there is anything hidden in secret. In the next few days, Lin Rui went to and from school every day, conducted basic training on the 2 Pokémon, and occasionally drew prizes. But this damn winning rate really left him speechless. Ever since Lang Yao announced on Monday that the school would conduct a Secret Realm training next week, the most talked about topic among students has been the Secret Realm training. Have you heard that all the Pokémon captured in this secret training will belong to you personally? What's there to be happy about? Only a fool would be interested in those rubbish Pokémon in the novice Secret Realm. Rubbish? You probably don't know that Lin Rui's strong chicken was captured in the novice Secret Realm. It would be great if I could capture one of the 3 great families. Okay, stop daydreaming. Similar sounds have appeared in almost every corner of Jianghai No. 1 middle school these days. Friday. After Lin Rui returned home from school, he remembered that he seemed to have forgotten to tell his parents about the secret training. So during dinner, Lin Rui told the 2 elders about this matter. Mom and Dad, there's something I forgot to tell you. What's up? Next week the school will organize a 3-day training in the Secret Realm. We will have to stay in the Secret Realm for 3 days. I'm telling you in advance. Lin Rui said as he ate the rice in his bowl. Training in a Secret Realm and living in the Secret Realm for 3 days? I don't agree. As soon as Lin Rui finished speaking, his mother Zhang Chunmei immediately refused. In this world, although being a trainer is a high-paying job, it is also the most dangerous job. Countless trainers die accidentally every year. Even powerful elite trainers may lose their lives in the Secret Realm. That's why the 2 elders didn't want Lin Rui to become a trainer before. Although the 2 elders have now relaxed and no longer oppose Lin Rui becoming a trainer. However, Zhang Chunmei would never agree to stay in the Secret Realm for 3 days. Lin Rui did not expect his mother's attitude to be so firm. After a moment of pause, he turned and looked at Lin's Higuo with a pleading look. Lin's Higuo gave him a reassuring look and then asked, Secret Land training, did the school say where we were going to be? Lin Rui shook his head and said truthfully, not yet, but I guess they should go to the novice Secret Realm in Jianghai City. After all, most students are not very strong, and it would still be dangerous to go to a high-level Secret Realm. Hearing this, Lin's Higuo looked at Zhang Chunmei and said, Look, my dear, we are just going to the novice Secret Realm. There won't be any danger. Novice Secret Realm, that won't work either. Do you know who will come tomorrow or unexpectedly? In short, I won't agree to this. Zhang Chunmei had a firm attitude and simply disagreed with Lin Rui's participation in this event. Seeing that Zhang Chunmei was not interested, Lin Higuo suddenly thought of Lin Rui's participation in the Elite Cup, so he asked, "Son, how is the Elite Cup going?" Lin Rui was stunned. Weren't they talking about the secret training? Why were they suddenly talking about the Elite Cup? Lin Rui was wondering, when he suddenly saw Lin Higuo wink at him. He immediately knew what his father was planning and replied quickly. "Elite Cup, I've made it to the top 32, and tomorrow is the final. Dad and Mom, if you're free tomorrow, can you come and cheer me on?" "Tomorrow, I'm free, but I don't know if your mother is free," Lin Higuo said with a smile, and nodded at Lin Rui. Lin Rui immediately understood and said to Zhang Chunmei coquettishly, "Mom, come and watch my game tomorrow and cheer me on." "Yes, our son has made it into the top 32, which is an honor for us. We can brag about it later," Lin Higuo persuaded. One is her husband with whom she has lived for 20 years, and the other is her son whom she has raised for almost 20 years. How could Zhang Chunmei not know what these father and son are thinking? "But when I thought that I had nothing to do tomorrow, I might as well go and take a look." "That's fine." Seeing that their mother agreed, the father and son immediately cheered excitedly. Later, while Zhang Chunmei was washing dishes, Lin Higuo secretly pulled Lin Rui and said, "Son, you must do your best in tomorrow's competition and let your mother see your strength. As long as she recognizes your strength, the secret realm training will be secure." Lin Ruikao and Lin Higuo made an okay gesture and said, "Don't worry, Dad. I understand. It's up to me tomorrow." Chapter 34. Elite Cup, the final stage begins. Early on Saturday morning, Lin Rui and his family of 3 arrived at the Jianghai City Water System Gym. Previously, the Jianghai City Pokémon League announced that the Elite Cup finals would be held here. At the same time, starting from the finals, the organizers upgraded the competition venue. It is no longer the same land battlefield as before, but has been changed to different types of battlefields such as pools, grass, rocks, snow, and ice. As for which venue the players will encounter during the competition, it will be decided by drawing lots. Before each game starts, the battle venue will be randomly drawn. The 2 opposing teams will also be decided by drawing lots in the same way. So many people. Arriving at the water gym, Zhang Chunmei couldn't help but exclaimed. There were more people coming to watch the game than she had imagined. "Lin Rui, here. Mom and Dad, my classmate is over there, let's go over there." When Lin Rui saw Sun Ji, Zhang Jianan and others greeting him, he hurriedly took the 2 elders over. Today, not only Sun Ji and Zhang Jianan came, but also Wang Xiu, Xiao Yun and Bai Yi. After Lin Rui introduced everyone, the group walked into the gym. Afterwards, Lin Rui said something to everyone and went to the contestants' waiting area. "Dear audience friends, distinguished guests and leaders, have a good weekend. I'm Qian Duoduo, the special commentator for the final stage of this Elite Cup challenge. Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Yuer." 9 o'clock in the morning. Inside the stadium, the lights suddenly dimmed, and then 2 beams of light shone down from above the stadium and landed in the center of the battlefield. Immediately afterwards, a pair of handsome men and beautiful women appeared in everyone's sight. The 2 people are Qian Duoduo and Xiao Yuer, the commentators of this final stage. This Elite Cup challenge is full of masters. Every player who makes it to the top 32 cannot be ignored. Yuer, I want to ask you, among these 32 players, which one do you think is the best? After a brief opening speech, Qian Duoduo asked Xiao Yuer in order to liven up the atmosphere. This was the script that the 2 had discussed beforehand, and its purpose was to introduce information about several contestants to the audience. Xiao Yuer smiled and said, "In fact, I think these 32 players are all very strong. For example, Zhao Yu's electric beast has never lost since the preliminaries. In addition, there are too many people like Zhang Qi, Lu Lei, Zhou Wenyu, Li Zihan, Li Junjia, etc. But if I were to say who I'm most optimistic about, it would definitely be Lin Rui." As soon as Xiao Yuer finished speaking, all the contestants waiting in the contestant area looked at Lin Rui in the corner at the same time. Immediately afterwards, Lin Rui's system popped up one prompt after another. Ding! Negative emotions from Zhao Yu, plus 50. Ding! Negative emotions from Zhang Qi, plus 99. Ding! Negative emotions from Lu Lei, plus 100. Facing everyone's unfriendly gazes, Lin Rui could only wave awkwardly and said, "Hello." Suddenly, there was another series of system prompts. The other side. In the audience. When Zhang Chunmei heard the host Xiao Yuer say that her most promising contestant was her son, she was so happy that she proudly told the people around her. "Lin Rui, my son. The host said he is most optimistic about my son." Back on the field. Qian Duoduo was also very puzzled as to why Xiao Yuer was optimistic about Lin Rui, and asked curiously. "Oh, Lin Rui? I wonder why you are so optimistic about him, Yuer? I remember that he is only 18 years old, and he has only been a trainer for a short time." "Brother Duoduo, as you said, Lin Rui is only 18 years old this year, and he has been a trainer for less than a month. But precisely because of this, I am more optimistic about him," Xiao Yuer said with a smile. "I understand." After Xiao Yuer's reminder, Qian Duoduo also realized something and said, "It's been less than a month since Lin Rui became a trainer, and he was able to make it to the top 32. This is not only because of luck, but also because of strength. I am also looking forward to Lin Rui's performance in the finals." Without further ado, let me announce the rules of the finals of the Elite Cup Challenge. The final stage will be a 2v2 single elimination match. The two teams will be randomly determined. Once both Pokémon of one team lose their combat capability, they will be eliminated immediately. The winner will advance to the next round. The competition venue will be randomly determined before the match begins. This time, the competition venues for the final stage will include grass, pools, rocks, snow, ice, etc. Dear contestants, are you ready? The first Elite Cup Challenge, the final stage of the competition, is now officially starting. Please invite the first match contestant to the stage. As Qian Duoduo finished speaking, the trainer areas on both sides of the battlefield slowly rose, revealing the figures of two people. At the same time, Qian Duoduo and Xiao Yuer, who returned to the commentary booth, began to introduce the two. The first match is between Zhao Yu and Zhang Qi. The one on my left is Zhao Yu. He made it all the way to the top 32 in the qualifying round with the perfect performance of Electabuzz. In today's 2v2 match, what kind of Pokémon will he send out? I'm really looking forward to it. After Qian Duoduo introduced Zhao Yu, Xiao Yuer also introduced Zhang Qi. The other player is Zhang Qi. Even though she is a girl, she made it to the top 32 in the qualifying round with only one Pokémon, Gengar. The game is about to begin. Let's wait and see who will win. These two people were what Lin Rui considered to be his biggest competitors on the road to the championship, but he didn't expect to meet them in the first match of the 32-16 round. This would help him eliminate a powerful opponent, so his luck was not bad. At this time, the referee is in place. And the battle venue has also been determined. It is a rock-type battle venue. This venue provides neither bonus nor weakening for either side, so it can be considered a relatively fair venue. Please send Pokémon from both sides. Go, Electabuzz. Come out, Gengar. As everyone expected, the Pokémon sent out by both sides at the beginning were Electabuzz and Gengar, which had performed well in the preliminaries. Electabuzz is an electric type, and Gengar is a ghost type plus a poison type. In terms of attributes, there is no mutual restraint. Moreover, both Pokémon are level 30, the peak Lord level combat power. Therefore, the key to the victory or defeat of the game depends on the trainer's tactical arrangements and on the spot performance. Game start. With the referee's order, the first match of the final 32 to the top 16 officially began. Electabuzz, use electric field. Gengar, use black ice. When both sides started, they did not choose to attack, but used auxiliary skills at the same time. Electric field, transform the field into an electric field for a certain period of time. The Pokémon on the ground will not be able to fall asleep, and the power of electric attribute moves will be increased. Black gaze, stare at the opponent motionlessly with a black gaze that seems to be able to seduce the opponent, making it impossible for the opponent to escape from the battle. One is to stack buffs for yourself, and the other is to prevent the opponent from escaping. It can be seen that this will be a very exciting game. Chapter 35. A strong opponent. Electric Beast uses 100,000 volts. Gengar uses the Wave of Evil. After performing the auxiliary skills, the two of them simultaneously launched long-range attacks to fight each other. Both 100,000 volts and Wave of Evil are very powerful, and both are special attack skills. One side releases a high-voltage lightning of 100,000 volts, while the other side brings together the evil elements to release a shock wave. In addition, the Pokémon on both sides are both level 30 Lord level peak combat power. The collision of the two skills instantly stirred up the sand and stones on the ground and curled up dust in the sky. The first round of the match between the two sides ended in a draw. Gengui, charge forward and use Shadow Fist. Electric Beast, use Thunder Fist. While the smoke had not yet dissipated, Zhang took the lead in changing his strategy, allowing Gengar to use the cover of the smoke to engage in close combat with Electabuzz. Zhao Yu was also very experienced and fought with fist against fist. Electric energy condensed on Electabuzz's hands, and he waited quietly for Gengar. With the help of the smoke and dust in the air, Gengar easily approached the side of Electabuzz and directly hit Electabuzz with a Shadow Fist. The Electabuzz cried out in pain and instantly struck back with its Thunder Fist. Gengar was unable to dodge and was hit hard by the lightning punch. Trade injury for injury. I didn't expect that contestant Zhao Yu would choose this method. In the commentary booth, Qian Duo was stunned after seeing the fighting style of Electabuzz that hurt the enemy by 1,000 but hurt itself by 800. On the contrary, Lin Rui felt that Zhao Yu had rich combat experience. Because Gengar is a ghost type, normal and fighting type skills are ineffective against it. Gengar is very fast and hard to hit with his ranged skills. Instead of doing this, it is better to expose a flaw to the opponent and let him attack at close range. But such a tactic can only be used once. It will be unlikely to work the second time. Gengar, use Strange Light. Just as Lin Rui judged, Zhang Qi gave up close attacks after suffering a loss, thus changing his battle strategy. Strange Light is not an attack skill, but a transformation skill. Once it hits the enemy, it will put the enemy into a state of confusion. Pokémon in a state of confusion may disobey the trainer's orders, and some may even attack themselves. Originally, Zhang Qi wanted to use hypnosis to put the electric beast into a deep sleep, and then attack. Unfortunately, due to the characteristics of the electric field, Electabuzz will not fall asleep unless it waits for the electric field to disappear. At this time, Zhao Yu also knew that once the electric beast was hit by the strange light, it would fall into chaos, and shouted hurriedly. Electric Beast, use Light Wall. The function of the Light Wall is to reduce the power of the opponent's special attacks, but Zhao Yu used it here, which shows how excellent his ability to respond on the spot is. On the sidelines, Lin Rui watched the two people fighting back and forth on the court, and once again felt lucky that he did not meet them. At this moment, looking at Gengar's strange light being perfectly blocked by Electabuzz's light wall, Zhang Qi frowned, not knowing what he was thinking. On the other side, Zhao Yu was not much better. Zhang Qi can be said to be the strongest player he has ever met since he participated in the Elite Cup. Just a few rounds of confrontation made him feel tremendous pressure. Commentary seat. Who do you think will win this game? Qian Duo asked. It's hard to say. So far, each side has only fielded one Pokémon, and their strengths are similar, so it's hard to predict. Xiao Yuer said truthfully. How about we make a bet? Qian Duo suggested. What are you gambling? Qian Duo smiled and said, I heard that you got a piece of firestone a while ago. How about we bet on that? Hearing this, Xiao Yuer's face changed, but she quickly asked back, then Brother Duo, what is your bet? How about a Pokémon egg from the three great families? Qian Duo said. Xiao Yuer thought about it for a moment. The market prices of the three great Pokémon eggs vary slightly depending on their type, but they all start at least 1 million, which is about the same value as the Firestone. If the Pokémon inside are of gym owner level or above, she would actually make a profit. Thinking of this, Xiao Yuer immediately made a decision. Okay, I'll bet on Zhang Qi to win. Oh. Qian Duo originally thought that Xiao Yuer would be optimistic about Zhao Yu, but unexpectedly she was optimistic about Zhang Qi. But this saves trouble, as he has always been more optimistic about Zhao Yu. Then I can only bet that Zhao Yu wins. Just as the two men made their bet, Zhao Yu's counterattack began. Electabuzz, use Screech. The piercing sound is an area attack, and even Gengar cannot dodge it, no matter how fast he is. When the Electabuzz heard the order from its master, it immediately released a sharp sonic attack forward. Attacked by the piercing sound, Gengar immediately covered his ears in pain, but it was of no use. The effect of the piercing sound is activated, and Gengar's defense is greatly reduced. Electricon, use Electric Ball. Zhao Yu let Electabuzz use the piercing sound not only to reduce Gengar's defense, but more to limit Jengar's mobility through the piercing sound. In real-life battles, it is not like in games where it is a turn-based system where you hit me and I hit you. It is more about the trainer's understanding of the application of various skills, as well as his judgment and analysis of the on-site situation. Undoubtedly, Zhao Yu did an excellent job in this regard. After restricting Jengar's movements, Electabuzz immediately threw a ball of electricity towards Jengar. Jengard, use tooth for a tooth. It's actually a tooth for a tooth. Lin Rui exclaimed. Originally, he thought that Zhang Qi would let Gengui give up and guard this life-saving skill, but what he didn't expect was that Zhang Qi actually used tit for tat. Tit for tat, charge attack. If you can attack after being attacked by the opponent, the power of the move will be doubled. Lin Rui has two guesses about why Zhang Qi asked Gengui to use tit for tat. First, Zhang Qi Jengar did not master this skill, so he could only choose to fight back with tooth for tooth. Second, Jengar has mastered the skill of holding, but Zhang Qi has absolute confidence in Jengar and firmly believes that Jengar can withstand the electric ball and counterattack, and there is no need to give up the skill of holding. No matter which one it is, whether Jengar can withstand this electric ball will directly become the turning point of the game. Soon, the electric ball crossed half of the field and hit Jengar head-on. Jengar instantly revealed a painful expression. Gengui, hold on. Gengjie. Jengar roared and successfully withstood the electric ball. Withstood it, Jengar withstood the electric ball attack. In the commentary booth, Xiao Yuer said excitedly. Unlike Xiao Yuer, Qian Duoduo's face was ashen at this moment. Gengui, go ahead, fight tooth for tooth. As long as the skill of tooth for tooth can withstand the opponent's skills, it will hit the opponent 100%. Humph, you think it's too simple. Electric Beast, hold on. Chapter 36. Song of the End. Do you think you can defeat me like this? You are too naive. Electric Beast, hold on. Zhao Yu smiled contemptuously and asked the Electric Beast to use its life-saving defensive skill. At this time, the situation on the field ushered in a major reversal. Just when everyone thought that Jengar's tit for tat would cause heavy damage to Electabuzz, Electabuzz used its defense to block Jengar's attack. Ha ha ha, Electabuzz is awesome, I was right. Qian Duoduo, whose face was livid a second ago, immediately changed 180 degrees when he saw Electabuzz use guard to block Jengar's tooth for totem. Xiao Yuer looked at Qian Duoduo, who looked like a smug person, and snorted, the game isn't over yet, don't be too happy too soon. Off the court, Lin Rui couldn't help but shook his head. Zhang Qi was still too anxious. How could he use his ultimate move before tricking the opponent into using his life-saving skill? Actually, this cannot be blamed on Zhang Qi. The rules of the Elite Cup Challenge limit the participation of Pokémon above level 30 Lord. This rule was formulated to allow more civilians to participate in the competition. As for ordinary civilians, how many people have the money to let Pokémon learn the skill of guarding? You should know that only a very small number of Pokémon can learn the defensive skill by leveling up on their own. The vast majority of Pokémons want to learn to defend their skills, and the only way is through a skill learning machine. This is also the reason why Zhang Qi made a wrong judgment. Of course, this is just Lin Rui's understanding. Did Zhang Qi really make a wrong judgment? Gengui, the song of the end. This is. Her Jengar actually knows the song of the end. All of a sudden, all the contestants in the contestant area stood up in surprise. At the same time, many audience members who knew this skill couldn't help but exclaim. It's actually the song of the end. This time, Electabuzz is doomed to lose. Not only is Electabuzz bound to lose, I think Zhao Yu is bound to lose too. Honey, what is this song of the end they're talking about? Zhang Chunmei asked Lin's Higuo with a puzzled look on her face. Lin's Higuo spread his hands and said, You ask me, who should I ask? Xiao Yun at the side smiled and explained, the song of the end is a transformation skill. After using it, it can make the opponent lose the ability to fight after a few seconds, but it can be eliminated by replacing Pokémon. Only a very small number of Pokémon can learn this skill, and this skill cannot be mastered through a skill learning machine. Bai Yi besides Xiao Yun added. Don't they say that replacing the Pokémon can eliminate it? Then why doesn't Zhao Yu change the Pokémon? Sun Ji asked in confusion. Because of the black gaze. Before Xiao Yun and Bai Yi could speak, Zhang Jianan explained, have you forgotten that Zhang Qi used black vision at the beginning of the game? Black vision can prevent the opponent from escaping, even if the Pokémon is replaced. So, as long as Gengar can hold on for a few seconds, Electabuzz will lose its ability to fight on its own. That means that Electabuzz only has a few seconds to defeat Gengar. But now the chances for him are very slim. At the same time, Lin Rui, who was in the contestant area, finally understood Zhang Qi tactics. It's not that she didn't know that the Electabuzz would guard it, but she deliberately used herself as bait, using tit for tat to lure Zhao Yu into handing over the guard, and then using the song of the end. Recalling the dark look Zhang Qi showed at the very beginning, Lin Rui couldn't help but admire how scheming Zhang Qi was. It turns out that she had been planning this from the beginning. What a good move! She is indeed a strong enemy. The other side. In the commentary booth, there were some who were happy and some who were sad, with mixed feelings of joy and sorrow. The brighter Xiao Yuer's smile is, the more sad Qian Duoduo's expression is. Brother Duoduo, what do you think? I told you the game isn't over yet, don't be too happy too soon. Xiao Yuer teased. If you lose, you lose. Qian Duoduo forced a smile and tried hard to act as if he didn't care. But his smiling face, which was uglier than crying, betrayed him. Xiao Yuer secretly said, "You are so stubborn." Back on the field. Without the life-saving skills, Zhao Yu knew that Electabuzz could not avoid the song of the end, so he chose to make one last attempt and tried to replace Gengar. Electric Beast, use 100,000 volts. Gengui, dodge with lightning. Facing the crazy attack of Electabuzz, Zhang Qi understood that at this time he only needed to delay time and wait for the skill song of the end to be activated. In the end, until the effect of the skill song of the end was activated, Zhao Yu's Electabuzz was unable to take away Gengar. Electric Monster loses its ability to fight. Please ask player Zhao Yu to send out a new Pokémon. Player Zhang Qi can change Pokémon. Come out, Sand Shang King. With a flash of red light, Zhao Yu sent out his second Pokémon. Chuan Shan King, it's Chuan Shan King. Zhao Yu's second Pokémon turned out to be Sand Slash. When Qian Duoduo saw the second Pokémon sent out by Zhao Yu, he felt like he was standing up again. The ground attribute Sand Slash can perfectly counter the ghost and poison attribute Gengar. Similarly, when Zhang Qi saw Zhao Yu send out the Mountain King, his face changed. Lin Rui glanced at Zhao Yu's Sand Slash, and instantly Sand Slash's information appeared in front of him. Chuanshan King. Level, LV.30. Attribute, Ground. Features, Sand Shifting, speed will increase during sandstorms. Combat Power, Lord Level. Qualification, Hall Master Level. Skills, Grab, Throw Sand, Poison Needle, Circle, Tearing Grab, Roll, Continuous Slash, High Speed Spin, Stomp, High Speed Star, Random Grab, Magnitude, Quicksand Abyss, Split, Dig, Earthquake, Hold, Sandstorm. As expected, it's another Pokémon with the peak combat power of a level 30 Lord. Just as Lin Rui guessed, Zhao Yu's Sand Slash was also a level 30 Lord with peak combat power. I'm afraid Zhang Qi Gengar won't make it through this round. Obviously Zhang Qi also knew that his Gengar was running low on energy, so he didn't change Pokémon. Game start. Chuan Shan King, Earthquake. When the game resumed, Zhao Yu directly chose to attack and let Chuan Shan Wang use Earthquake. Gengar, use Hypnosis. Before losing his ability to fight, Zhang Qi asked Gengui to use Hypnosis. But unfortunately, the Hypnosis didn't work. And Gengar lost his ability to fight. Gengui has lost his ability to fight. Please ask Zhang Qi to send out the second Pokémon. Now, there's only one Pokémon left on each side. We're back to the starting point. The outcome is uncertain. Qian Duoduo said with a smile. Then let's wait and see. Xiao Yuer didn't waste any words and gestured to watch the game directly. Go ahead, Gardevoir. Oh, the second Pokémon sent by Zhang Qi is actually Gardevoir. Currently, each team has one Pokémon left. Let's wait and see who will advance. Chapter 37. Women hold up half the sky. Gardevoir, use Magic Leaf. Crossland King, Sandstorm. The game started again. Zhang Qi directly chose to launch an attack, while Zhao Yu chose to turn on the weather again. Sandstorm. A sandstorm is created in the field, and all Pokémon except those with rock, ground, and steel attributes will be damaged. The special defense of rock attributes will also be increased. Although Sand Slash is not of rock attribute, its hidden characteristic is sand pulling, so its speed will be greatly increased in sandstorm weather. At the same time, in the sandstorm, Gardevoir will also suffer continuous damage from the sandstorm. In addition to the first time, the sandstorm in the field also successfully blocked Gardevoir's magic leaf. It really kills 3 birds with 1 stone. It looks like Zhangqi is going to lose. What a pity. The battle had just begun, but someone in the contestant area had already made their conclusion. Not necessarily. The game has just begun. Someone quickly retorted. Lin Rui looked in the direction of the voice and saw that the person who said Zhangqi would lose was a young man named Lu Lei, while the one who refuted him was Sun Qian, one of the few girls among the top 32. Strangely enough, among the top 32, there are only 3 female players, including Zhangqi and Sun Qian, which is less than 1/3. After being refuted by Sun Qian, Lu Lei felt humiliated and immediately responded, I admit that Zhangqi has some strength, but a woman is a woman after all, and the path of a trainer is not suitable for women. You. After hearing this, not only Sun Qian, but many people present frowned. Although what Lu Lei said was true, isn't it too discriminatory against women to say it so blatantly? However, no one present refuted Lu Lei. Seeing that no one refuted him, Lu Lei spoke even more excitedly. As a woman, you should stay at home to take care of your husband and children. What's the point of being a trainer? At this moment, Lin Rui finally couldn't listen anymore. What era is this? There are still people who discriminate against women like this. Don't you know there's a saying that women hold up half the sky? Also, does your mother know that you discriminate against women like this? Ding! Negative emotions from Lu Lei, plus 399. Boy, who do you think you are? How dare you say that to me? Lu Lei was making his own remarks, but he didn't expect that Lin Rui, this little brat, would dare to jump out and accuse him. He immediately turned into a mad dog and started barking wildly. What's wrong with the organizer? Why did they let the dog in? Lin Rui asked sarcastically. Ding! Negative emotions from Lu Lei, plus 699. Who are you calling a dog? Whoever yells nonsense is the one who gets punished. You. While the two were arguing, the game on the field had already entered a white-hot stage. Gardevoir, teleport and use energy ball. After hearing Zhangqi command, Gardevoir disappeared instantly. When it appeared again, it had already come to the side of Sand Slash, and then blasted out an energy ball containing grass-type energy. Mountain King, use digging to hide. Zhao Yu remained calm in the face of danger and quickly asked Sand Shrew to use his digging skill to dodge. After receiving the order, Sand Slash used digging to narrowly avoid Gardevoir's energy ball attack. Don't panic, Gardevoir, try to feel Sand Slash's position carefully. Zhangqi said. Shana. Gardevoir responded, then closed his eyes and quietly felt the energy fluctuations underground. Zhangqi Gardevoir has telepathic properties and can read the opponent's attacks and dodge damage from their moves. Therefore, even if Sand Slash hit underground, he could not escape Gardevoir's perception. But Zhao Yu didn't know this. Cross Mountain King, now is the time. Gardevoir, energy ball. At the moment when Sand Slash emerged from the ground and launched an attack, Zhangqi also gave orders to Gardevoir. Boom! The attacks from both sides hit each other at the same time. However, the energy ball used by Gardevoir is a grass-type skill, which has double the effect on the ground-type pangolin. On the other hand, the damage caused by Sand Slash's digging skill to Gardevoir is very limited. After being hit by the energy ball, Sand Slash flew backwards instantly. Gardevoir, chase it and give it one last energy ball. Shana. Gardevoir's injuries were relatively minor and it recovered faster than Sand Slash. At this moment, Gardevoir instantly moved to the side of Sand Slash again and blasted out another energy ball. Hold on! Seeing this, Zhao Yu shouted hurriedly. Although the fight between the two was fierce, this was, after all, just a duel between Lord-level Pokémon. Lord-level Pokémon have limited stamina, and if they are hit by two extremely effective skills in a row, they will inevitably lose their combat ability. So he must block this energy ball. Seeing Zhao Yu finally give up the defense, Zhangqi raised the corner of her mouth slightly, she knew she was going to win the game. Gardevoir, Ice Fist. It's over. At this moment, Zhao Yu had only one thought in his mind, it's over. After giving up the defensive skills, Sand Slash no longer has any life-saving skills. At this moment, Sandslash had just used his defensive skill to block Gardevoir's energy ball, and his old strength was dissipating and new strength had not yet been generated. But at this moment, Gardevoir's ice fist had already struck. What surprised him most was that Zhangqi Gardevoir could actually use the freezing punch. In an instant, a fist covered with ice energy blasted towards the Sandslash King. Frozen Fist. Zhangqi Gardevoir used the Frozen Fist. If this punch hits Zhao Yu's Sandslash, he will lose. Alas, what a pity. Zhao Yu is quite capable, but he happened to meet Zhang Qi, who is even stronger than him. Brother Duo, it looks like I won this bet. In the commentary booth, Xiao Yuer, who won the bet, felt extremely happy. On the contrary, Qian Duo remained silent with a gloomy face, and even suspended his commentary work for a while. At the same time, the faces of the people in the contestant area were uglier than each other. Zhang Qi's strength far exceeded their expectations. If they met Zhang Qi, their fate would probably not be much better than Zhao Yu's. Some people just look down on women. I didn't expect this slap in the face would come so quickly. At this moment, Lin Rui did not forget to mock Lu Lei. Ding! Negative emotions from Lu Lei, plus 199. However, Lu Lei did not refute. He just frowned and looked at the battlefield, not knowing what he was thinking. Seeing that Lu Lei ignored him and did not continue to mock him, Lin Rui turned around and looked inside the field. At this time, on the battlefield, Gardevoir's freezing fist has landed on Sandslash, blasting it several meters away again. This time, after Sandandrev fell to the ground, it could never get up again. Sandalos has lost its ability to fight, and Zhao Yu is the first to lose 2 Pokémon. So, the winner is Zhang Qi. When the referee announced that Zhang Qi was the winner, the audience burst into enthusiastic cheers. A strong opponent was eliminated, but Lin Rui was not happy at all. Because he found that Zhang Qi was much more difficult to deal with than he had imagined. Chapter 38, Enemies meet on a narrow road, battle against the thin dog. After the first game of the final, there was a short break and the second game started immediately. The avatars of the remaining 30 contestants appeared on the big screen at the scene and then began to scroll. A moment later, the avatars of Lin Rui and Lu Lei lit up. The next contestants are Lin Rui and Lu Lei. Please go to the battlefield. Okay, let's take a look at this battle venue. The big screen starts to rotate. As soon as Qian Duo finished speaking, the battle venue began to be drawn on the big screen. After a while, a picture appeared on the big screen. The venue for the second match has been chosen. It will be a pool venue. If I remember correctly, player Lin Rui seems to have a Gyarados, and this venue is very advantageous for him. Xiao Yuer said. Okay, without further ado, let's invite the 2 contestants to the stage. Then, the elevators on both sides slowly rose up, revealing the figures of 2 people. When the draw results came out, Lin Rui couldn't help but sigh, enemies often meet again. Off stage, the 2 had just had some friction, and they came into conflict so soon. I'm really lucky. Boy, you're dead. Lu Lei shouted ferociously. Old people often say that a biting dog doesn't bark. I think you are just like that. Lin Rui counterattacked with a smile. Ding! Negative emotions from Lu Lei, plus 299. Humph, you sharp-tongued brat, I wonder if you can still smile in a while. Lin Rui was too lazy to pay attention to the other party and shouted directly to the referee, Referee, can we start? The referee was stunned for a moment. Did the part of threatening others end so quickly? He was thinking of giving the 2 of them a little more time. However, since Lin Rui asked, he just waved his hand. Please both sides send out their own Pokémon. Come out, stinging jellyfish. Boom! With a flash of red light, Lu Lei sent out his first Pokémon, the stinging jellyfish. Hey, Lu Lei actually sent out a poisonous jellyfish. This is really surprising. He never sent out a poisonous jellyfish in the preliminaries. It seems that he has a hidden trick. This poisonous jellyfish might be his trump card. In the commentary booth, Xiao Yuer was stunned for a moment after seeing Lu Lei send out the poisonous jellyfish and then started to speak. Originally, this pool venue was an advantage for Lin Rui, but he didn't expect that Lu Lei also had a water-type Pokémon. In this way, this advantage is gone. Similarly, Lin Rui was also stunned when he saw Lu Lei send out the poisonous jellyfish. After staring at the stinging jellyfish for a few seconds, a string of information immediately appeared in front of his eyes. Stinging Jellyfish. Level, LV.27. Attribute, Water/Poison. Characteristic, Eternally Pure Body, the ability will not be reduced due to the opponent's moves or characteristics. Combat Power, Lord Level. Qualification, Overlord Level. Skills, Tightening, Poison Needle, Dissolving Liquid, Water Gun, Mirror Attribute, Ultrasonic Wave, Water Wave, Piercing Sound, Bubble Beam, Entanglement, Poison Spike, Strangulation, Acid Bomb, Barrier. After seeing the information about the poisonous jellyfish, Lin Rui raised the corner of his mouth. He thought it was some ace Pokémon. So that's it. It's only level 27, which is still 3 levels away from the peak Lord level combat power. In addition, he only has Overlord level qualifications, his skill set is average, and he doesn't even have defensive skills. Isn't beating it just like playing? Come on, Gyarados. For the pool venue, of course we sent out Gyarados. Game start. With the referee's order, the second match of the Elite Cup Finals from 32 to 16 officially began. Don't say I'm bullying you. I'll let you attack first. As soon as the referee finished speaking, Lin Rui immediately shouted loudly to Lu Lei on the opposite side. Ding! Negative emotions from Lu Lei, plus 399. This Lu Lei is really an ATM. With just a little provocation, he can get another 399 points of negative emotion, Lin Rui thought secretly in his heart. The other side. Faced with Lin Rui's ridicule, Lu Lei was not happy at all. Instead, he felt humiliated by Lin Rui. He immediately responded, "You little bastard, just wait for me. Stinger Jellyfish, use ultrasound." After receiving the order, the poisonous jellyfish immediately launched a sonic attack at Gyarados. Ultrasonic waves themselves have no offensive power and will only put the opponent into a state of confusion. However, after seeing the skills and moves of the poisonous jellyfish, Lin Rui instantly figured out what Lu Lei was planning. First put Gyarados into a state of confusion, and then use the skill Misfortunes Never Come Alone, so that you can cause greater damage to Gyarados. However, facing the venomous jellyfish, which was weaker than Gyarados in every aspect, Lin Rui was too lazy to waste time with it. Gyarados, use Dragon's Fury. Lin Rui just wanted to defeat his opponent using the simplest and most brutal method. At the same time as the ultrasonic wave hit Gyarados, a burst of Dragon's Fury also hit the venomous jellyfish. Although the venomous jellyfish was hit by Dragon's Fury, what made Lu Lei happy was that Lin Rui's Gyarados was also thrown into chaos. Stinging Jellyfish, now is the time to use it. It will bring misfortune. Faced with the attack of the poisonous jellyfish, Lin Rui did nothing and just let Gyarados be attacked. What's going on? Why doesn't Lin Rui respond? In the commentary booth, Xiao Yuer looked anxious and was very confused about this. There were many people at the scene who had the same idea as her. Husband, why is our son just standing there motionless, letting others beat him? Zhang Chunmei asked Lin's Higuo anxiously. She didn't know much about Pokémon, and even less about Pokémon battles. On the contrary, although Lin's Higuo is not a trainer, he usually watches Pokémon programs and some large-scale Pokémon battle competitions. However, he was only a half-baked person and could not guess what Lin Rui was thinking. On the contrary, Zhang Jianan on the side speculated, "I think Lin Rui did this on purpose." Deliberately. Zhang Jianan nodded and said, "Gyarados is currently in chaos. Pokémon in chaos have a certain chance of disobeying the trainer's orders and attacking themselves. So, I think Lin Rui did nothing on purpose." Just as Zhang Jianan guessed, Lin Rui was indeed deliberately doing nothing. Gyarados is in chaos, and there is a certain chance that it will disobey his orders and attack him. You have to know that Gyarados' attack power is not comparable to that of Venomfish. If Gyarados hit me, I would probably lose half my life. Instead of this, it is better to let the stinging jellyfish attack. Furthermore, the attack of the stinger will speed up Gyarados' escape from the confusion. Once the chaos is cleared, it's time for Gyarados to attack. Stinging jellyfish, continue to use it or you will get into more trouble. Lu Lei ordered. Just as Stingray was about to use double trouble for the third time, Gyarados finally broke free from the chaos. Gyarados, now is the time to use Dragon's Fury at its maximum power. Roar! Gyarados roared, and terrifying dragon energy instantly condensed in its mouth, followed by a shock wave as thick as a bucket. This dragon's rage as thick as a bucket directly shattered the skill of Misfortunes Never Come Alone, and then hit the vital point of the poisonous jellyfish, causing it to lose its combat ability. The stinger jellyfish has lost its ability to fight. Please ask player Lu Lei to send out the next Pokémon. Here, Lu Lei had just taken back the poisonous jellyfish when Lin Rui shouted loudly. I'm telling you, can you do it, little dog? Chapter 39, Gyarados defeats one opponents with 2 and advances to the top 16. I'm telling you, can you do it, little dog? After easily taking down the poisonous jellyfish, Lin Rui looked at Lu Lei, whose face was livid, and decided to increase his strength. It's rare to come across an ATM. If you don't make full use of it now, you will lose it once the other party is eliminated. Sure enough, after hearing Lin Rui calling him little dog, Lu Lei immediately became furious. Although he didn't know what it meant specifically, he thought that as long as it had something to do with the word dog, it wouldn't be a good word. Asshole, just wait for me! Lu Lei shouted angrily. Lin Rui picked his ears and said nonchalantly, you have said this many times. I am right here, what can you do to me? Ding! Negative emotions from Lu Lei, plus 199. At this time, the referee saw that Lu Lei had not yet sent out the second Pokémon, and could not help but frown and urge him, Lu Lei, please send out the second Pokémon as soon as possible, otherwise you will be declared the loser. Fuck, why are you rushing me? Lu Lei couldn't help but curse under his breath. The reason why he didn't dare to curse loudly was that he was afraid of accidentally angering the referee and being charged with provoking the referee and being disqualified from the competition. Come out, big mouth bat! Seeing Lu Lei sending out Zubat, Lin Rui smiled slightly. If you want to use Gulp's flying ability to fight Gyarados, you've chosen the wrong person. Just as Lin Rui thought, Lu Lei sent out Zubat with the purpose of taking advantage of Zubat's air advantage. But he never expected that Lin Rui's Gyarados would use the rock-type skill stone attack. Game start. With the referee's order, the game continued. However, Lin Rui did not rush to attack, but checked the information of Zubat. Big-mouthed bat. Level, LV.30. Attribute, Poison/Flying. Feature, Mental Strength, by training your spirit, you will not flinch from the opponent's attack. Combat Power, Lord level. Qualification, Hall Master level. Skills, Ultrasonic, Absorb, Sharp Sound, Black Eyes, Scare, Venomous Fang, Quick Defense, Air Blade, Bite, Wing Attack, Strange Light, High Speed Star, Hold On, Rapid Return, Brave Bird Attack, Hold On. This big-mouthed bat is slightly stronger than the previous stinging jellyfish, but only slightly stronger. Although they are all at level 30, the pinnacle of Lord level combat power, there are differences between Pokémon. This is not just a difference in qualifications, but also a difference between races. If you compare a level 30 peak Lord level Caterpillar with a level 30 peak Lord level Gyarados, I believe everyone will think that Gyarados is stronger. Big Mouth Bat, use Air Blade. Seeing that Lin Rui had not made any move, Lu Lei took the initiative to launch an attack. Air Blade is one of the few long-range attacks that Zubat has mastered. Cha-cha! The Zubat flapped its wings, releasing one silver blade after another. These were formed by highly compressed air and were extremely sharp. From the air blade used by Zubat, it can be seen that Lu Lei's training of this Zubat is quite good, and he should be training it as a ace Pokémon. Facing the oncoming sharp blade, Lin Rui immediately gave the order. Gyarados, dive into the water to hide. Roar! Gyarados roared and quickly dived into the water to try to avoid the air blade's attack. However, the air blade did not disappear after hitting the water surface again. The water surface only slightly affected the speed of the air blade. The sharp air blade pierced through the water and hit Gyarados, leaving wounds on its body. Blood oozed out from the wounds little by little and dissolved in the water. Gyarados is too huge, and when faced with this kind of area attack, it may not be able to completely avoid it even if it wants to. Lin Rui's eyes were sharp. After thinking for a moment, he immediately changed his battle strategy. It was impossible for Gyarados to completely avoid Zubat's attack with its huge body, so he decided to give up the idea of dodging and choose to confront it head-on. Gyarados, Stone Attack. The next second, dense sharp rocks suddenly appeared in the air and, under the control of Gyarados, instantly attacked Zubat in mid-air. It's a sharp stone attack. Lin Rui's Gyarados can actually use a sharp stone attack. In the commentary booth, Xiao Yuer couldn't help but exclaimed. The final is the final. These contestants have all used all their best skills. Duo said on the side. Whether it was Zhang Qi and Zhao Yu before, or Lin Rui now, they all gave them big surprises. As we all know, Zubat has the attribute of poison and flying, and rock-type skills and moves will have double the damage effect on it. I wonder how contestant Lu Lei will respond to Gyarados' sharp stone attack. Duo continued. On the field. Seeing Lin Rui's Gyarados using the sharp stone attack, Lu Lei's face suddenly changed. Obviously, he didn't expect that Lin Rui's Gyarados would know this trick. Golbat, get out of the way. Without Lu Lei's reminder, Zubat had already started flying in the air to avoid the attack from the sharp rocks. However, there are too many sharp stones and they are too dense. Zubat was not paying attention and was hit on the wing by a sharp stone, causing it to lose balance. Then, the second, third, and fourth sharp stones, more and more sharp stones hit the bat that had lost its balance. Cha-cha! Zubat instantly showed a look of pain and fell from mid-air. Gallop! Lu Lei exclaimed. However, before he could give the order, Lin Rui commanded Gyarados to attack again. Gyarados, don't give it a chance to breathe, use Dragon's Fury. Roar! Gyarados uses Dragon's Fury. The previous sharp stone attack has already caused huge damage to Zubat. As long as this Dragon's Fury can hit Zubat, the game can basically be declared over. In this situation, the best solution is to change Pokémon. But Lu Lei no longer had any Pokémon to replace, so he could only pray that Zubat could regain its ability to move. Zubat, hold on! Lu Lei shouted loudly. I don't know if it was Lu Lei's call that worked, but the free-falling Zubat flapped its wings, gradually regained its balance and regained its ability to fly. It flapped its wings quickly, trying to avoid Gyarados' attack. But Dragon's Fury has a tracking effect. No matter how Zubat dodges, Dragon's Fury will quietly follow it. Due to the injury to its wings, Zubat no longer has the speed it had at the beginning. Seeing that he was about to be caught up by Dragon's Fury, Lu Lei had no choice but to let Zubat use the defensive skill. Golbat, use Hold. Precisely. Just when Dragon's Wrath was about to hit, a light shield appeared in front of Zubat, blocking the inevitable Dragon's Wrath. But before Lu Lei could breathe a sigh of relief, Gyarados attacked again. Gyarados, another Dragon's Fury. This time, without the life-saving skill, Zubat had no way to escape and had his last bit of strength taken away by the Dragon's Fury. Golbat has lost his ability to fight, the winner is Lin Rui. As the referee announced the result of the game, thunderous applause broke out at the scene. One where's 2? 32-16, the first 1-on-2 appeared. Chapter 40. The Greatness of Maternal Love. Congratulations to Lin Rui for completing a 1-on-2 victory and successfully advancing to the top 16. Let's give Lin Rui a round of applause to congratulate him once again for advancing. Led by Xiao Yuer, the applause lasted for more than a minute before gradually dying down. Win, my son wins. Did you see that? My son won. In the audience, Zhang Chunmei cried with joy and hugged Lin's Higuo excitedly. Zhang Chunmei is just an ordinary mother. She is worried about Lin Rui's safety because he becomes a trainer. I would also cheer when I see my son's wonderful performance. The round of 32-16 continues. According to the organizers' arrangement, there will be 8 games in the morning and games in the afternoon. After the top 16 are decided, there will be a 3-hour break and the top 16 to top 8 matches will continue in the evening. After winning the battle, Lin Rui waved to the audience and walked off the battlefield with a smile. Instead of returning to the contestant area, he went directly to the audience seats. Lin Rui, who has already entered the top 16, has to wait until the evening to compete. There is no need for him to stay in the player area waiting during this period. Son, you really make me proud. As soon as Lin Rui arrived at the audience, Zhang Chunmei hugged him. Mom can't breathe, are you going to strangle me? Lin Rui begged for mercy. Stinky boy. Lin Rui, congratulations on your advancement to the top 16. Brother Lin, I didn't realize you are so amazing. After breaking free from her mother's arms, Zhang Jianan, Bai Yi, Xiao Yun and others also sent their congratulations. Low profile. This is just the beginning. In the future, I will become the champion of Dragon Country. Lin Rui said shamelessly. Ding. Negative emotions from Xiao Yun, plus 10. Ding. Negative emotions from Bai Yi, plus 30. Just keep bragging, you're the champion of Dragon Country. Bai Yi said with a look at Lin Rui. She admitted that Lin Rui did have some talent in Pokémon battles, but he was still a long way from becoming the Dragon Country champion. But what Bai Yi didn't expect was that this 18-year-old boy in front of him would actually stand on the largest battlefield in Dragon Country several years later to strive for the supreme honor. But this is all for later. At this moment, the Elite Cup 32-16 competition is still going on. The contestants came on stage one after another. Although the game was exciting, there was no more 1-on-2 feat. Soon, the morning game ended. Everyone went to a nearby restaurant for lunch. While eating, Lin Rui took advantage of his mother Zhang Chunmi's happiness and started talking about the secret training next week. "Mom, what do you think of my game this morning?" Lin Rui picked up a piece of meat for his mother and asked casually. As the saying goes, no one knows a child better than his mother. As soon as Lin Rui stuck out his butt, she knew what this kid was going to say. But she was in a good mood now, so she followed Lin Rui's meaning and said, "It's okay, so, it didn't embarrass me." Hearing this, Lin Rui immediately asked, "Can I go to the secret realm training next week?" After saying that, Lin Rui looked at Zhang Chunmi expectantly, waiting for her consent. In fact, Zhang Chunmi was already a little shaken when she saw Lin Rui's game in the morning. The biggest reason she didn't let Lin Rui go to the secret realm was that she was worried about his safety. But after watching Lin Rui's game, she had already dispelled this last bit of concern. The top 16 of the Elite Cup, with such strength you can't go to the secret realm, then what kind of people can go to the secret realm? Although Zhang Chunmi is not well educated, she knows one thing: sooner or later the eagle will leave its parents and fly high into the sky. She can protect Lin Rui for a while, but she can't protect Lin Rui for a lifetime. She and Lin's Higuo will grow old one day. What will Lin Rui do when they are gone? Instead of tying Lin Rui to your side and making him a flower in a greenhouse, it is better to let him go out and gain experience as soon as possible. This is what qualified parents do. Although she had decided not to stop Lin Rui, she was not in a hurry to express her opinion. Seeing his mother's expressionless face, Lin Rui suddenly became anxious. "Mom, you don't still want me to go to the secret realm for training, do you?" Seeing Lin Rui's anxious look, Zhang Jianan on the side quickly spoke up to help. "Auntie, just let Lin Rui go. Lin Rui is very powerful now, I believe you have seen it. Besides, there are teachers from the school with us this time, so there will be no danger." At the same time, Xiao Yun also said, "Sister Chunmi, when children grow up, they should be allowed to go out and explore on their own. It is harmful to let them live under the wings of their elders." "Yes, wife, just let our son go." Lin's Higuo pushed Zhang Chunmi's arm and said. "Okay, but you have to call home every day, otherwise you'll be in trouble." Zhang Chunmi originally wanted to agree to Lin Rui, but now that everyone was helping her, she simply stopped pretending. Hearing Zhang Chunmi's agreement, Lin Rui immediately smiled happily and said, "Don't worry, I will definitely call you every day." After getting his mother's consent, Lin Rui suddenly felt that the food in front of him was particularly delicious, and he ate 3 big bowls of white rice. After returning in the afternoon, the game continued. Lin Rui still sat in the audience watching the game, and at the same time observed if there were any players worthy of attention. After all, the competition has entered the final stage. If the contestants want to advance successfully, they will probably be eliminated if they don't show their real skills. There was such a game in the morning. Lin Rui remembered that it was a battle between an Iron Palm warrior and a Pidgeot. It stands to reason that the flying-type Pidgeot has an absolute advantage, but because its trainer was too arrogant, it ended up capsizing and was defeated by Ironclad due to its reverse attributes. Soon, the afternoon game began. If the morning match was a surprise, then the afternoon match was a crushing defeat. The organizers originally expected the 8 games in the afternoon to last 3 hours, but they ended in less than 2 hours. This is because most of the contestants have brought out their trump card Pokémon. All of them are the 3 royal families. You know, because the 3 major creatures are very rare in the wild, their prices are very high. Lin Rui was lucky enough to find a fire chicken in the secret realm. And since they registered for the competition, they have proven how rare the big 3 are. Including his strong chicken and Zhang Jianan's Prince Bo, he had only seen a handful of the 3 royal families. But in this afternoon's competition, the 8 players who advanced all used the starter Pokémon. When did the big 3 become so worthless? Or maybe the people in Jianghai City are so rich that everyone owns a Yamato. In fact, What Lin Rui didn't know was that this elite competition not only attracted citizens from Jianghai City, but also attracted many trainers from surrounding cities to participate. There may not be many trainers of the 3 starter Pokémons in a city, but if several cities are added together, there are still quite a few. However, the only thing that made Lin Rui happy was that among these qualified contestants who owned the starter 3 Pokémon, there were not many who owned the starter 3 Pokémon of the water type, only 2 of them. Chapter 41. Lin Rui's nephew. Dear audience, welcome back to the first Jianghai Elite Cup Challenge. Next, we will have the 16-8 match. Like the previous matches, the 16-8 competition adopts a 2v2 mode where 2 players are randomly selected to play against each other. Without further ado, please follow me to watch the grouping on the big screen. As the host Qian Duo finished speaking, the big screen began to jump. A moment later, the grouping was announced. Lin Rui found his opponent on the big screen, an older uncle. Lin Rui remembered him. When he was in the 32-16 group, he used Cat Boss and Nidoking. Both Pokémon are at the peak level of level 30 Lords, especially Nidoking, which has Quasi-King level qualifications and has extremely powerful strength. Afterwards, Lin Rui looked at the opponent Zhang Qidru, who was also a powerful trainer. Sun Zihan, who owns the starter water Pokémon Squirtle. Now, please welcome the 2 trainers for the first round of 16-8. On the left side of the battlefield is Lin Rui, a talented young man who made it to the top 18 in his first Pokémon battle at the age of 16. On the other side is Ruan Hongsheng, the chairman of Hongsheng Group, who is old but young at heart, and has both strength and luck. Hongsheng Group, Ruan Hongsheng? After hearing the host's introduction, Lin Rui was stunned. Isn't Ruan Hongsheng the boss of his father's company? Why did he come to participate in the competition? Auditorium. Zhang Chunmei opened her mouth wide, pointed at Ruan Hongsheng in surprise and said, "Honey, isn't this your boss?" Lin's Higuo nodded, looking a little nervous. When he watched the game before, he felt that this person looked familiar, but he couldn't see clearly because the distance was too far. Now after hearing the host's introduction, he realized that his boss had also come to participate in the competition. At this moment, amid the cheers of the audience, the elevator on the battlefield slowly rose. Lin Rui and Ruan Hongsheng appeared on both sides of the battlefield. Ruan Hongsheng looked at the energetic Lin Rui opposite him, with a slight smile on his face. Just as the host Qian Duo said, the reason he was able to make it into the top 16 was not only due to his own strength but also a bit of luck. But this luck does not come out of thin air. Instead, before every game, he would use his strong background to investigate his opponent. As early as after the list of the top 16 was released, he asked someone to investigate the background of all the players. Lin Rui, 18 years old, is a senior high school student at Jianghai No. Middle School. I've been a Pokémon trainer for less than a month. The initial Pokémon was Magikarp, which was nurtured into Gyarados within a month. The second Pokémon was the starter Pokémon, Charmeleon, which was captured in a novice realm and also bred into Charmeleon in less than a month. Ruan Hongsheng thought of Lin Rui's information and couldn't help but sigh that today's young people are really amazing. But he felt that he had a greater chance of winning if he met Lin Rui. Because during the investigation he discovered that Lin Rui's father Lin's Higuo was actually a grassroots employee of his company. He has worked diligently in the company for more than 20 years and is still working on the front line. He believed that as long as he helped Lin's Higuo get promoted as a condition, it would be reasonable for him to let his son Lin Rui give him some slack. Thinking of this, Ruan Hongsheng smiled and shouted to Lin Rui. "Nephew Lin Rui, your father Lin's Higuo and I are colleagues, so don't be too harsh when you hit me." When Lin Rui heard Ruan Hongsheng calling him nephew, he was very upset. "Mr. Ruan, you are the president of Hongsheng Group, and my father is just an ordinary employee of Hongsheng Group. It's a bit far-fetched for you to call me nephew," Lin Rui said sarcastically. However, Ruan Hongsheng was able to found such a large Hongsheng Group, so he was no ordinary person. He immediately continued, "Well, that's right. Our Hongsheng is a big family, and every employee of Hongsheng is my family. So it's not wrong to call you nephew." Hearing this, Lin Rui frowned. This Ruan Hongsheng is really shameless. He has been in this world for 3 years, and during these 3 years he has heard his father complain about the company's leaders at home more than once. Especially Ruan Hongsheng, who was the one Lin's Higuo complained about the most. When asking employees to work overtime, tell them to treat the company as their home. After raising funds, he told his employees, "You treat this as your home." A typical double-standard dog. Seeing that Lin Rui didn't respond, Ruan Hongsheng smiled and said, "Nephew Lin Rui, I know your father has been working in the company for more than 8 years and is still at the grassroots level. Don't worry, after I advance to the top, I will go back and tell the HR department to promote your father." Although Ruan Hongsheng did not explicitly ask Lin Rui to let him go, the meaning of his words was very clear. If he advances to the top 8, Lin's Higuo will be promoted. Otherwise, the consequences can be imagined. Smart people would naturally understand the meaning of Ruan Hongshen's words, and it was impossible for Lin Rui not to understand it. At this time, in the audience, Xiao Yun frowned and said, "I didn't expect that Ruan Hongsheng would be such a person." Zhang Chunmei glanced at Lin's Higuo, whose face was ashen, and didn't know how to comfort him. Lin's Higuo clenched his fists, looked at Lin Rui on the battlefield, and shouted loudly without any hesitation. "Son, don't worry about Dad, just beat him however you want." "Dad." Lin Rui nodded in the direction of Lin's Higuo, and then said to the referee with a sly smile, "Report to the referee, Ruan Hongsheng intends to fix the game, I request that he be disqualified immediately." Ding! Negative emotions from Ruan Hongsheng, plus 199. Ruan Hongsheng thought that if he could get Lin's Higuo out of the game, he would have a sure win. Who knew that this kid Lin Rui would not play by the rules? It would have been fine if he had not cared about his father's job, but he actually reported him to the referee. The key point is that the referee was looking at him at this moment. Ruan Hongsheng quickly explained, "Referee, don't listen to his nonsense, I didn't mean that." The referee was certainly not stupid and naturally knew what Ruan Hongsheng meant by what he had just said. But Ruan Hongshen's words were very clever, and he did not explicitly say that he wanted Lin Rui to fix the match, so he chose to turn a blind eye. However, since Lin Rui reported it in public, he can't just pretend nothing happened. "Contestant Ruan Hongsheng, this is a warning. If this happens again, you will be disqualified from the competition." "Yes, yes, yes." Ruan Hongsheng wiped the sweat off his forehead and replied. When he looked up at Lin Rui, he saw Lin Rui with a sly smile on his face. "Damn you little brat, just wait for me," Ruan Hongsheng said in his heart. Ding! Negative emotions from Ruan Hongsheng, plus 299. Seeing that the negative emotion value had only increased by less than 500 points, Lin Rui curled his lips and muttered to himself. "It's just this little, how stingy." Chapter 42. Opportunities are not something you wait for, but something you create yourself. Please send out your Pokémon. After the farce, the referee signaled both sides to send out their Pokémon. The playing field for this game is a grass field with a wide view and no obstructions. Lin Rui thought for a moment and sent out the strong chicken to take the lead. "Come on, strong chicken." Kayamo. It appears. It's Lin Rui's strong chicken. In the preliminaries, Lin Rui's strong chicken had a very impressive performance. However, in the last 32-16 match, Strong Chicken didn't get any playing time due to Girado's outstanding performance. How will Strong Chicken perform as a starter in this game? Let's wait and see. Xiao Yuer said excitedly. Before, she was optimistic about Lin Rui, and after the last game, she was even more of a fan of Lin Rui. Lin Rui is not only young and has potential, but also has a very good appearance. Who can resist this handsome and fighting little puppy? At this moment, not only Xiao Yuer, but many mother fans and sister fans present also boldly expressed their love to Lin Rui. "Lin Rui, you are so handsome. Lin Rui, you are the best. Lin Rui, unstoppable and invincible." Ding! Negative emotions from Ruan Hongsheng, plus 100. Seeing how popular Lin Rui was, Ruan Hongsheng couldn't help but get angry. "Come out, Boss Cat." Ruan Hongsheng will let Boss Cat take the lead in the fight. In the last game, Ruan Hongsheng's cat boss's performance was also remarkable. "I believe this will be an exciting game," Qian Duoduo said. After both teams sent out their Pokémon, the referee signaled. "Game start." Strong Chicken, a flash of lightning. As soon as the game started, Lin Rui took the lead in launching an attack. "Boss Cat, let's use Lightning Flash too." Then, the two Pokémon flashed and began running wildly on the field. Boom! In the first round of confrontation, both sides were evenly matched. Strong Chicken, double kick. While directing Li Zhuangji, Lin Rui checked the information of Cat Boss. Cat Boss. Level, LV.30. Attribute, General. Features, Soft, because the body is soft, it will not become paralyzed. Qualification, Hall Master Level. Skills, Grab, Shout, High Five Surprise Attack, Feint Attack, Switch Bags, Treasures, Bite, Provoke, Malicious Pursuit, High Speed Star, Play, Random Scratches, Ear-Piercing Sound, Surprise Attack, Evil Wave, Hold. Boss Cat, use Scratch. After using lightning to test each other, both sides chose close combat at the same time. Seeing this scene, Lin Rui smiled slightly, that's exactly what I want. Ruan Ongshen's Cat Boss is in normal form, with general attributes, and is just restrained by the Strong Chicken. Therefore, Ruan Ongshen's choice to let Cat Boss and Strong Chicken engage in close combat was undoubtedly seeking his own death. Strong Chicken, use 2 consecutive kicks. Although Strong Chicken currently does not have many fighting skills and only has a double kick which is an attack skill, it is enough. Boss Cat, now is the time to use the High Five Surprise Attack. High Five is a preemptive attack skill that will attack the opponent before he attacks, and at the same time make the opponent afraid and not attack. Meow. The big cat moved, exerted force with his hind legs, and slapped the Strong Chicken. The speed was so fast that the Strong Chicken had no time to react. No, to be precise, Strong Chicken saw the attack of Cat Boss, but because of the effect of the High Five Surprise Attack, it couldn't react at all. The High Five Surprise Attack hit, interrupting the Strong Chicken's 2 consecutive kicks. At this time, Ruan Hongsheng continued to give orders, Boss Cat, pursue maliciously. Although Cat Boss is a normal type, he has many evil type skills and moves. In this regard, Lin Rui wondered if the person who designed Boss Cat had made a mistake. Boss Cat is clearly an evil type Pokémon, so how could it be a normal type Pokémon? As a result, in the 7th generation of Pokémon, the evil type Meowth and Boss Cat were actually released, but they were in Alola form. Later, in the 8th generation of Galar, a steel type Meowth was released, and its evolved form was no longer called Cat Boss, but was renamed Cat Chief. Keep going back to the game. After the High Five Surprise Attack, the Cat Boss launched a Malicious Pursuit. There is a prerequisite for using the skill of Malicious Pursuit, which is that the previous attack must hit before it can be used, and the opponent will suffer double damage. At this time, Strong Chicken was still in the midst of Mr. Guo's surprise attack by high-fiving, and could not use any skills to dodge. He could only rely on moving to avoid the attack by Boss Cat. But because the distance between the two sides was too close, the Strong Chicken was finally slapped away by the Cat Boss and flew backwards several meters away. Strong Chicken! Kaimo! Lin Rui shouted worriedly, and the Strong Chicken gritted his teeth, stood up, and shouted at Lin Rui, as if to say, I'm fine. Strong Chicken, use bodybuilding. Taking advantage of the distance between the two sides, Lin Rui immediately asked the Strong Chicken to use bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, use all your strength to tighten your muscles, thereby improving your attack and defense. Lin Rui was thinking of stacking up the buffs first and then dealing a fatal blow to the Cat Boss. After receiving the order, the Strong Chicken immediately assumed the posture of a bodybuilder and then began to tense up all the muscles in his body. Ruan Hongsheng naturally would not give the Strong Chicken the chance to stack the buff, and immediately shouted at the Cat Boss. Boss Cat, use provocation. Provocation, make the opponent angry, and for the next period of time, the opponent can only use skills and moves that inflict damage. Boss Cat activated his provocation skill and blocked Strong Chicken's skill. Fortunately, at this time, the Strong Chicken had already completed a bodybuilding exercise. Unable to continue stacking buffs, Lin Rui had no choice but to attack. Strong Chicken, charge up Flame Attack. Charged Flame Strike is an offensive skill, but it can also stack a speed buff, so it is not among the skills blocked by provocation. Boss Cat, High Five Surprise Attack. At this time, Ruan Hongsheng once again asked Ambassador Mao to launch a surprise attack with a High Five. Again. Suddenly, Lin Rui's face changed, as if he had guessed Ruan Hongsheng's tactics. But it was also my own fault for being careless. I knew exactly what skills the other party had, but I still fell into his trap. Strong Chicken, stop, use Bounce. Originally, after seeing that the Cat Boss characteristic was softness, Lin Rui didn't think of using the Bounce skill. After all, softness cannot be paralyzed. However, using it at this moment can help avoid the cat boss's surprise high 5 attack. Kayamo. The strong chicken quickly extinguished the flames on his body, then kicked his legs hard and jumped into the air before the cat boss attack arrived. Humph, kid, you are still too naive. Do you think I can't hit you in the air? Little do you know that you have become a sitting duck. Boss cat, use the high-speed star. Ruan Hongsheng grinned as if he had already won the victory. Lin Rui knew very well that once Strong Chicken jumped into the air, he would become a sitting duck, but if he didn't do so, Strong Chicken would have to suffer the same combo again. Instead of passively taking the beating, it is better to take the initiative to seek change. Because he believed in one sentence. Opportunities are not something you wait for, but something you create yourself. Chapter 43. Advancement to the top 8. Strong Chicken, use charged flame attack in the air. In the air, a strong chicken that cannot fly would indeed become a sitting duck. But at the same time, with the help of gravity, the damage caused by attacks launched from the air will also be increased. The strong chicken itself has improved its defense through bodybuilding, and with the effect of the charged flame attack, the damage of high-speed stars is reduced to a minimum. In mid-air, the strong chicken, whose whole body was covered in flames, was falling rapidly towards the location where the cat boss was, despite the damage from the high-speed stars. Ruan Hongsheng shouted hurriedly, "Hold on!" In an instant, he determined that the damage from the bounce and the charged flame attack was not something that cat boss could withstand. After hearing the order, cat boss immediately used the protect skill, and a shield of light appeared above his head. Boom! The strong chicken kicked the light shield. Click! Immediately afterwards, there was a sound of a light shield shattering. The light shield broke, but cat boss also successfully blocked the attack of strong chicken. But before it could catch its breath, the next wave of attack from the strong chicken came. Strong chicken, double kick. Boss cat, high 5 surprise attack. Both Pokémon attack at the same time. In theory, the characteristic of the high 5 surprise attack is preemptive attack, which will definitely interrupt the opponent's skills. But as the game progressed, the strong chicken, with the help of its acceleration characteristics, had reached its extreme speed. He dodged the cat boss attack directly, flashed to the cat boss side, and kicked the cat boss on the waist with 2 kicks. Strong chicken, don't give him a chance, keep using the double kick. Under Lin Rui's command, the strong chicken's attacks continued to fall on boss cat like a storm. The cat boss was not to be outdone and used scratching and strong chicken to attack. However, the suppression of attributes gradually put boss cat into a passive position. When cat boss was hit by strong chicken's 2 consecutive kicks again, he finally fell to the ground and couldn't get up anymore. Come back, boss cat! Come on, Nidoking! After losing the cat boss, Ruan Hongsheng immediately replaced it with his ace Pokémon Nidoking. Roar! As soon as Nidoking appeared, he roared angrily at Brachycef. Lin Rui hesitated for a moment, then put the power chicken back into the Pokeball and sent out Gyarados. Although it was strong chicken that won just now, it also suffered considerable injuries. In its current state, it would probably be defeated quickly against the energetic Nidoking. Instead of doing this, it would be better to let Gyarados play. Roar! As soon as Gyarados came on the field, he also roared at Nidoking. The war was reignited. Nidoking, use Super Horn Strike. Gyarados, Tornado. Without any probing, both sides started to fight head-on. The skill of Super Horn attack is to use the hard and gorgeous horn to fiercely pierce the opponent to attack. It is incredibly powerful and is considered the most powerful skill among all insect-type skills. Therefore, even though Gyarados is quite durable, Lin Rui did not dare to be careless and hurriedly ordered Gyarados to use a tornado to try to make Nidoking retreat. But I have to say that Ruan Hongsheng's achievement in reaching the round of 16 is quite something. Faced with the tornado, Nidoking was not afraid at all and dived into it. However, the next second, Nidoking rushed out of the tornado and continued to rush towards Gyarados. Seeing this, Lin Rui frowned and quickly ordered, Gyarados, use Tidal Swirl. Since the tornado can't stop you, try the Tidal Wave. In an instant, Gyarados condensed a huge whirlpool and smashed towards Nidoking. Nidoking, use a substitute. Faced with the huge whirlpool blocking Nidoking, Ruan Hongsheng did not panic at all. He calmly commanded Nidoking to use its stand. Facing Gyarados, Nidoking is still the restrained one in terms of attributes. And none of the skills that Nidoking possesses can restrain Gyarados. Therefore, he could only choose to attack with force, using the poisonous stinger properties of Nidoking to engage in close combat with Gyarados. With the activation of the substitute skill, Nidoking successfully avoided the attack of Twirl and continued to rush towards Gyarados. Looking at Nidoking getting closer and closer, Lin Rui had a calm face. Now he has an absolute advantage and there is no reason for him to lose his composure. Climb the waterfall. Since the other party wanted to engage in close combat, how could he be cowardly? Then he asked Gyarados to use the waterfall climbing skill. Waterfall climbing, rushing towards the opponent with amazing momentum, which will make the opponent shrink back. As the saying goes, when two brave men meet in a narrow road, the brave one wins. Lin Rui has absolute confidence in Gyarados' momentum. Besides, waterfall climb is a water-based skill, which has double the damage effect on Nidoking, who has ground attributes. Water energy began to surge out of Gyarados' body, and these water energies gathered together to form a waterfall. Gyarados climbed to the top of the waterfall and pressed towards Nidoking head-on. Boom! Hit the opponent with waterfall climb and super corner attack at the same time. However, super horn attack is a bug type skill, so the damage to Gyarados, which is a water and flying type skill, is very limited. On the contrary, Nidoking staggered back several steps after being hit by the waterfall. More importantly, Nidoking's characteristics were not triggered. In other words, Ruan Ongshen's attack, which hurt the enemy by 1000 and his own 800, did not produce any miraculous effect. Alas, Mr. Ruan is still too anxious. Gyarados is famous for its physical attacks. How can it choose close combat? But I can understand why Mr. Ruan did this. After all, we are one Pokémon behind now. But the more times like this, the more you need to stay calm, especially when your attributes are restrained. You must plan carefully before you act, and never act rashly. Qian Duoduo looked at the situation on the field and analyzed. Brother Duoduo, do you think Mr. Ruan still has a chance? Although Xiao Yuer supports Lin Rui, as a professional commentator, she cannot have any personal feelings. Once you show favoritism towards one side during the commentary process, you will likely be criticized by fans of the other side. Although the Elite Cup Challenge is only a local competition, the fan base of the contestants is not that large. But this one is different. Ruan Hongsheng is a star entrepreneur in Jianghai City. He has tens of thousands of employees under him and has a huge influence in the city. If she said something wrong, she would probably be called into the office by her boss for a talk the next day. Hearing Xiao Yuer's question, Qian Duoduo objectively analyzed, there is definitely a chance, but it is very slim, unless... Unless what? Unless Mr. Ruan's Nidoking has electric skills, then there might be a chance to turn defeat into victory, otherwise. Qian Duoduo didn't say anything else, but everyone knew what he meant. Lin Rui also heard what Qian Duoduo said. If you want to turn defeat into victory, wait until next life. He had already seen Nidoking's message with the Eye of Truth. Ruan Ongshen's Nidoking doesn't have any electric skills at all, so he is sure to win this game. Chapter 44. Gyarados, continue to use waterfall climb. After a waterfall attack successfully hit Nidoqueen's condition became very bad. At this moment, Nidoking was gasping for breath. After hearing Lin Rui's order, Gyarados used waterfall climb again. Faced with Gyarados' waterfall climbing skill, Ruan Hongsheng couldn't think of any good solution for a moment, and could only let Nidoking hand over and guard it first. Nidoking, hold on! After seeing that the waterfall was blocked, Lin Rui was not angry, but very happy. Holding on to skills is a life-saving skill. Once you give them up, it means that the opponent has run out of tricks. Ruan Hongsheng also knew that if he didn't think of a solution, the competition would be over. At this time, Ruan Hongsheng did not command Nidoking to launch an attack, but instead shouted loudly at Lin Rui. Nephew Lin Rui, I am your elder after all, please don't be so cruel, give me some face. Hearing this, Lin Rui frowned and said, I'm sorry, there is no elder with the surname Ruan in my family. Ding! Negative emotions from Ruan Hongsheng, plus 299. Ruan Hongsheng originally wanted to get close to Lin Rui, but Lin Rui didn't give him any face at all. Afterwards, Lin Rui was too lazy to talk nonsense with Ruan Hongsheng and immediately gave orders to Gyarados. Gyarados, give Nidoking the final blow, use Tidal Swirl. Nidoking, get out of the way. Although Ruan Hongsheng reacted quickly and issued orders in time, the already injured Nidoking was still a beat slow. Ruan Hongsheng could only watch as Nidoking was sucked into the vortex again and struggled constantly. When the whirlpool dissipated, Nidoking was already seeing stars and fell to the ground, motionless. Nidoking has lost his ability to fight, the winner is Lin Rui. Although Lin Rui did not achieve the feat of defeating 2 opponents at once this time, he still defeated his opponent with a huge advantage and entered the top 8. And compared to the previous game, he obviously felt the pressure. As the game progresses, the pressure will only increase. As long as I win 3 more games, the championship will be mine. After putting Gyarados back into the Pokeball, Lin Rui looked at the Pokeball in his hand and said silently. Walking off the battlefield, Lin Rui was just about to send his Pokémon to recover when he ran into Ruan Hongsheng. Seeing Lin Rui, Ruan Hongsheng gritted his teeth and said with a dark face, "Lin Rui, you are very good. Lin's Higuo really gave birth to a good son." Seeing that the other party blocked his way, Lin Rui frowned and asked, "The game is over, what do you want to do?" Ruan Hongsheng did not answer Lin Rui, but took out his cell phone from his pocket and made a call. "I'm Ruan Hongsheng. Tell Lin's Higuo not to come to work on Monday." After saying that, Ruan Hongsheng hung up the phone directly, then looked at Lin Rudeo with a joking expression. "Boy, today I will teach you a lesson. This world is not only about fighting and killing, but also about human relationships and ways of the world. Since you eliminated me, I can only target your father. This makes sense. You." Lin Rui has lived 2 lives and believes that he has seen many shameless people, but he has never seen someone as shameless as Ruan Hongsheng. As the boss, Ruan Hongsheng can fire anyone he wants. It is his right and Lin Rui has no way to deal with him at all. At this moment, Lin Rui felt a deep sense of powerlessness and fell into extreme self-blame. At this moment, a pair of big hands suddenly rubbed Lin Rui's head gently. Lin Rui looked up and saw that Lin's Higuo had come to his side without him noticing. At the same time, his mother Zhang Chunmei, Zhang Jianan and others also stood behind Lin's Higuo. Lin's Higuo protected Lin Rui behind him and said to Ruan Hongsheng, "Ruan Hongsheng, let me tell you, I don't want to do this anymore." "Bah, what kind of person is this? You want to threaten my son? Dream on. Great job, son. Let's go." Ding. Negative emotions from Ruan Hongsheng, plus 399. Lin's Higuo, you have guts. Do you believe that I can make sure you can't survive in Jianghai City? Ruan Hongsheng said arrogantly. "Boss Ruan, you are so majestic." Seeing Ruan Hongsheng being so arrogant and looking down on everyone, Xiao Yun hurriedly stepped forward and said, "Who are you?" Looking at Xiao Yun who suddenly stepped forward and spoke, Ruan Hongsheng asked cautiously. When he was young, Ruan Hongsheng was just an ordinary person at the bottom of society. The reason why he was able to establish Hongsheng Group and reach his current position step by step is naturally due to his unique personality. When he meets someone he can't afford to offend, he will back off. If he meets someone who is not as good as him, he will kill him. When he meets someone he doesn't know, he will treat the person with courtesy and wait until he has found out the other person's background before following the first 2 steps. Xiao Yun smiled slightly, "It doesn't matter who I am. What matters is that you don't have the final say in Jianghai City. I'll give you another piece of advice. Lin Rui is not someone you can mess with." Hearing Xiao Yun's words, Ruan Hongsheng couldn't help but burst into laughter. What a joke! I wouldn't dare to offend a young boy like him. Who are you looking down on? Hearing this, Xiao Yun shook her head helplessly. People like Ruan Hongsheng really live up to the old saying that you reap what you sow. Although Lin Rui is just an ordinary senior high school student now, once the Mega Evolution is made public, Lin Rui's name will surely become famous overnight. And with the talent he has shown now, his future achievements will surely be at the level of a top-level trainer. Xiao Yun came forward to speak up for Lin Rui at this time, which can be regarded as an advance investment. I have said this, believe it or not. Then, the group ignored Ruan Hongsheng and left the backstage. After advancing to the top 8, Lin Rui's competition for the day came to an end. Tomorrow. Same time, same place. The final champion of the first Elite Cup Challenge will be decided. At the same time, you will also take away the 10 yuan grand prize and the precious Pokeball. As the event draws to a close, more and more rumors are circulating about the Pokémon egg. Some people said that it was an extremely precious quasi-divine egg. Some people also said that it was a Pokémon egg from the 3 great Pokémons. But more people think that it is neither a quasi-god egg nor a Pokémon egg from the 3 great Pokémons, but just an ordinary Pokémon egg. Since Lin Rui had never seen the Pokémon egg before, he didn't know what Pokémon it belonged to. What's more, he doesn't care about the Pokeballs at all now. In comparison, he was more concerned about his father's work problems. After returning home, Lin Rui hesitated for a long time but couldn't help but ask. Dad, what are your plans for the future? Lin's Higuo took out a cigarette, lit it, took a deep breath, and then slowly exhaled a smoke ring. I don't have any plans, let's just take it one step at a time. It's just that I may not be able to fulfill the promise of the Pokeball I promised you. Although Lin's Higuo said this with a smile, Lin Rui could see the bitterness in his eyes. Suddenly losing his job in middle age was a bolt from the blue for Lin's Higuo himself and his family. Lin Rui stepped forward and silently patted Lin's Higuo on the shoulder and said, Dad, why don't you take my mom on a trip? I'll make money to support you in the future. Chapter 45 Elite Cup, the final game. October 3th, Sunday. It is also the last day of the Elite Cup challenge. Today, the final champion will be decided. Early in the morning, Lin Rui and his family came to the competition venue after breakfast. Just like yesterday, the competition venue was packed with people today. After meeting up with Zhang Jianan and others, Lin Rui led everyone into the competition venue through the contestant channel. According to the organizers' regulations, contestants can enter the venue in advance with their family and friends. In addition, priority can be given to occupying the seats with the best views. After entering the competition venue, Lin Rui separated from the others and went to the contestant waiting area backstage alone. At this time, several contestants had already arrived in the waiting area. Seeing Lin Rui coming in, several people just looked up and then continued doing their own things. Lin Rui looked around, found a corner and sat down, waiting for the game to begin. Dear audience, welcome to the first Elite Cup challenge. Today will be the last day of competition for this event. We will witness the birth of the champion together here. Who do you think will be the champion today? Qian Duoduo and Xiao Yu are still the live commentators today. The game was about to begin, and Qian Duoduo was actively mobilizing the emotions of the audience, pushing the atmosphere to its highest point. 9 o'clock in the morning. The 8-4 match started on time. In this round, Lin Rui's match was scheduled for the last game, and his opponent was a teacher named Chu from a primary school in Jianghai City. I don't know if Lin Rui is lucky, but all of Mr. Chu's Pokémon are rock type. They are Radon and Giganotosaurus, which are just restrained by his Gyarados. So in this game, Lin Rui didn't have to spend much effort, and once again won the game 4 and advanced to the top. With Lin Rui's successful advancement, the final top 4 were decided. They are Lin Rui, Zhang Qi, Song Wenliang, and Shen Wei. Among them, Zhang Qi is the only girl among the 4, and the Pokémon she uses are Gengar and Gardevoir. Song Wenliang is from the neighboring Yuezhu city. He is the only trainer among the 4 who owns 2 of the starter Pokémon. The 2 starter Pokémon are Charmeleon and Lizard. The last one, Shen Wei, is a college student who is good at using flying-type Pokémon. His signature Pokémon are a Nidole and a King Swallow. He is also recognized as the weakest among the top 4. The semi-final match was scheduled for 3 p.m. The rules of the competition remain unchanged. It is still a 2v2 competition format. The time came to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Amid the enthusiastic cheers from the audience, the semi-final matchups have been revealed. In the first game of the semi-finals, Zhang Qi faced Shen Wei. The second match of the semi-finals was between Lin Rui and Song Wenliang. Such a grouping will undoubtedly send Zhang Qi directly into the finals, and the only uncertainty is who her opponent will be in the finals. Just as everyone guessed, the first game of the semi-finals. At the beginning of the game, Zhang Qi showed his strong strength. Gengar used the combination of Black Eyes and Song of the End to take away Shen Wei's Nidole. Shen Wei then sent out the Great King Swallow, but due to its unfavorable attributes, the Great King Swallow was ultimately unable to reverse the situation and was easily defeated by Gengar. As a result, Zhang Qi successfully advanced to the final. After a short break, the game continued. The second match of the semi-finals will be held next. Please welcome Lin Rui and Song Wenliang to the venue. Lin Rui, I admit that you are very strong since you can make it this far, but this is the end. In the player channel, Lin Rui happened to meet Song Wenliang, who was also preparing to go to the battlefield. Hearing the other party's provocation, Lin Rui smiled and said, bounce back. Song Wenliang was stunned, then his face turned black. Childish. Ding. Negative emotions from Song Wenliang, +10. After a while, the two of them arrived at the battlefield. Lin Rui stood on the left side of the venue, listening to the cheers of the audience and adjusting his mood. There are 2 more games left. As long as he wins 2 more games, he will be the champion. Lin Rui looked at his parents in the audience and recalled what he had said to his father Lin Zhiguo last night. No matter who it is, I will definitely win. The players on both sides have taken their positions. The referee shouted, the second match of the semi-finals is between Lin Rui and Song Wenliang. Both teams please send out your Pokémon. As soon as the referee finished speaking, Lin Rui and Song Wenliang both threw out their Pokeballs. Come on, strong chicken. Come out, Charmeleon. The battle begins. This is a showdown between the 3 fire-type masters. In the previous game, Lin Rui had already figured out the strength of Song Wenliang's Pokémon, so he chose to fight hard from the start. Strong Chicken, a flash of lightning. Fire Dinosaur, Dragon Breath. Song Wenliang was also very brave and gave orders directly to the Fire Dinosaur. Roar. The Charmeleon roared and instantly spewed out a shock wave containing dragon energy. The shock wave went straight towards Strong Chicken, but Strong Chicken was very fast and easily avoided the dragon's breath. Fire Dinosaur, use Split. Strong Chicken, will split it open too. Soon, Strong Chicken used a flash of lightning and successfully came to the side of the Fire Dinosaur. Song Wenliang reacted quickly and let the Charmeleon use a powerful splitting skill. On the other side, Lin Rui also ordered the Strong Chicken to use the splitting move. In close combat, Charmeleon is no match for Brachycephal. Boom! The 2 sides faced off head-on. In terms of strength, both sides were evenly matched, but the Fire Dinosaur was a little bit inferior in terms of flexibility. Strong Chicken, double kick. Even though his hands are restrained, Strong Chicken can still attack with his legs. But the Charmeleon's short legs can't do that. Although the Charmeleon has a tail, Lin Rui knows that Song Wenliang's Charmeleon has not learned the skill of attacking with its tail. The Strong Chicken used his hands to gain leverage, flew into the air and kicked the Fire Dinosaur twice, knocking it away. That's it. I thought you were so amazing. Lin Rui thought that Song Wenliang was very strong, but it turned out that he only made it to the semi-finals by relying on the advantages of the 3 major families. Strong Chicken, don't give it a chance to breathe, use Bounce. In fact, it was not that the Charmeleon was too weak, but that Lin Rui did not give Song Wenliang a chance to fight back. Song Wenliang's Charmeleon has the solar power attribute and is very good at special attacks. However, judging from the skills and moves that Charmeleon currently possesses, it cannot fully bring out the advantages of the power of the sun. In other words, when facing Lin Rui's Strong Chicken, this advantage cannot be brought into play at all. The few special attack skills that Charmeleon currently possesses are all single target output, and it does not have any large-scale attack skills. However, Charmeleon was very fast, so Charmeleon's skills naturally couldn't hit it. That's why he was always beaten by the Strong Chicken. Seeing that Charmeleon was always at a disadvantage, Song Wenliang wondered whether he should change Pokémon. But when he thought that his other Pokémon was a grass-type forest lizard, Song Wenliang hesitated for a moment. In terms of speed, the forest lizard can indeed compete with the Strong Chicken, but in terms of attributes, the forest lizard has no advantage at all. It was when he hesitated that Strong Chicken took away the last bit of Charmeleon's strength. Charmeleon has lost its ability to fight. Please ask Song Wenliang to replace the Pokémon. Chapter 46. Breaking the situation. When Song Wenliang heard the referee announce that the Charmeleon had lost its ability to fight, he was stunned. Looking up at the battlefield, the Charmeleon had already fallen to the ground with stars in his eyes. He didn't expect that Charmeleon would lose so quickly. Just 5 minutes into the game, the Charmeleon fell down. In desperation, he could only send out the forest lizards to fight. The forest lizard's advantage is speed. However, the speed of the Strong Chicken is not slow to begin with, and with the help of its acceleration feature, its speed has reached its peak at this moment. Now, even the forest lizards, which are known for their speed, cannot keep up with the speed of the Strong Chicken. In addition, its attributes are restrained by the Strong Chicken. The forest lizard was defeated even faster than the fire dinosaur. In less than 3 minutes, the forest lizard fell down. The forest lizard loses its ability to fight, and the strong chicken wins. The winner is Lin Rui. Lin Rui once again scored a 1-on-2 victory and successfully advanced. He will meet Zhang Qi in the final. Kaimo. The strong chicken returned to Lin Rui and rubbed against him in a flattering manner. Lin Rui touched Li Zhuangji's head with a smile and said, "Well done, Li Zhuangji. I'll give you a chicken drumstick when I get back." Drumstick? The strong chicken was stunned and took a few steps back in fear. Ding! Negative emotions from strong chicken, plus 999. This is the inner monologue of strong chicken at this moment. Fuck, Lin Rui, please behave like a human being. I just helped you win the game, and you go back and want to eat chicken legs. Do you have any conscience? Has your conscience been eaten by a dog? Of course, Lin Rui couldn't read minds, so he naturally had no idea what Li Zhuangji was thinking at this moment. However, after seeing Li Zhuangji's panic-stricken expression, Lin Rui knew that Li Zhuangji had wrong ideas. Don't worry, I'm not going to eat you. However, Li Zhuangji did not relax his vigilance and still looked at Lin Rui cautiously. After Lin Rui repeatedly assured him that he would not eat chicken, Li Zhuangchicken finally breathed a sigh of relief. After putting Chicken Strong back into the poke ball, Lin Rui returned to the audience and found his parents, Zhang Jianan, and others. Everyone couldn't help but congratulate him again. Lin Rui has heard these words many times recently. Every time he advances to a new round, everyone will say this. Okay, let's not talk about congratulations for now. Can you think about what to eat later? Lin Rui asked with a smile. The final of the Elite Cup will be held during the prime time at 8 p.m. There are still 3 or 4 hours before the final starts, which is enough time for them to have a good meal. Afterwards, everyone found a Sichuan restaurant nearby and ordered a table of food. During the dinner, everyone had a great time chatting with each other and the atmosphere was very harmonious. At this time, Zhang Jianan suddenly asked Lin Rui who was standing beside him. Lin Rui, have you figured out how to deal with Zhang Qi Zhengar? Yes, Zhang Qi Zhengar is very strong, especially the black eyes and the end song. He is simply invincible. Sun Ji on the side also spoke up. Hearing this, Lin Rui shook his head and said truthfully, "No, to be honest, I still don't know what to do. Zhang Qi Zhengar is indeed very tricky for him. If he cannot break the song of the end, he will have no chance of winning the final championship. The characteristic of Song of the End is that its effect will be activated after 3 rounds, which means that Lin Rui must eliminate Zhengar within 2 rounds. But can he really do it within 2 rounds? Not to mention that Zhengar can use guard to block an attack, Zhengar can also delay time through hypnosis or by changing Pokémon. Besides, whether it is Robocop Terran or Gyarados, it is difficult to defeat the enemy in one move when they are at the same level. In fact, it's not that Lin Rui has no way to deal with Zhang Qi Zhengar. That is to use the same fate to die together with Zhengar. But the problem is that neither of his 2 Pokémon can learn the same skill. More importantly, the skill of same fate can only be learned by leveling up Pokémon, and cannot be learned using a skill learning machine. Indeed, that Zhengar is very powerful, but it's just an ordinary game, Lin Rui, you don't have to take it to heart. Xiao Yun comforted from the side. The Elite Cup Challenge is indeed just an ordinary game for Xiao Yun. Moreover, she felt that with Lin Rui's potential, his future achievements would be immeasurable, so he didn't need to care about winning or losing this game. Yeah, it's just a game, don't take it seriously, you're already very good. Bai Yi also advised. Son, relax. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. You have done a good job. Mom is proud of you. Mom Zhang Chunmi also said. For a moment, everyone tried to enlighten Lin Rui and asked him to think more positively. Lin Rui looked at everyone and said depressedly, "No, you think I will definitely lose." Sun Ji came over and patted Lin Rui on the shoulder and said, "Ruizi, it's not that I don't support you as a brother, but it's clear that you can't win. Sometimes, as a human being, you have to learn to accept your fate. You can't beat Zhang Qi, just accept your fate." Shit. Lin Rui slapped Sun Ji's hand off his shoulder and said, "I don't believe in fate. I'm going to win for you guys to see." After saying that, Lin Rui stood up and left the box. Looking at Lin Rui's receding back, Zhang Jianan was about to get up and chase him, but was stopped by Xiao Yun. Xiao Yun shook her head at Zhang Jianan and said, "Jianan, let him be alone for a while." After leaving the Sichuan restaurant, Lin Rui walked alone on the way back to the competition venue, thinking about how to deal with Gengar. With Zhongqi Gengar's current strength, if he wants to exert the effect of the Song of the End, he must use Black Vision to prevent Pokémon from changing. So, Zhongqi will definitely use the Black Gaze first at the beginning. As long as I prevent her from using the Black Gaze, then the Song of the End will be ineffective. Thinking of this, Lin Rui suddenly burst into laughter on the street. This immediately attracted passers-by around to point and look at him as if he was a lunatic. Lin Rui didn't care about this at all, instead he was very happy. These are all negative emotion values. After laughing for a while, Lin Rui calmed down and continued thinking. How can I prevent Gengar from using Black Eyes? The first thing Lin Rui thought of was the provocation skill. Black Gaze is not an attack skill, and the effect of the provocation skill is to force the opponent to only use attack skills. As long as Zhongqi Gengar cannot use Black Eyes, then Song of the End will be defeated. And his Gyarados can just learn the skill of Provoke. Without any hesitation, Lin Rui directly opened the system and checked the current balance of negative emotion value. With over 20,000, I should be able to draw something good. Lin Rui didn't expect to hit the target with one shot, so he directly used the provocation skill. But as long as something good comes out, he can buy the provocation skill through trading. There are still more than 2 hours left, I hope it will be quick. Chapter 47, Purchase the provocation skill and become the spokesperson for the breeding house. Red and White Ball 1. Musifruit 1. A box of primary water energy blocks. Lin Rui clicked on the lottery mechanically until he was almost numb from clicking so much, and he didn't see anything of value at all. At this moment, a picture suddenly flashed before Lin Rui's eyes. Hey? Something seemed to flash by just now. Lin Rui had drawn more than 100 times in a row, and all he got were rubbish, so he didn't look at it carefully. Suddenly a shadow flashed by, which made him stop. Driven by curiosity, Lin Rui opened the system backpack to see what he had just taken out. Stone. A stone emitting yellow light. This is. Lin Rui immediately scanned with his mind, and an item information introduction appeared instantly. Thunderstone, a magical stone that can make certain Pokémon evolve. It has a lightning-like pattern. It's out. Finally, something good has come out. The market price of Thunderstone starts at 1.5 million, while the market price of Provocation Skill Learning Machine starts at 1.8 million. In other words, Lin Rui is still 300,000 short of the money he needs to buy the Provocation Skill Learning Machine. After drawing the Thunderstone, Lin Rui's mentality stabilized. Even if I don't draw anything valuable later, the gap of 300,000 is not that big. Continue. After taking a look at the remaining negative emotion value, Lin Rui started the lottery again. Sword Dance Skill Learning Machine 1. After half an hour. After a bunch of garbage appeared again, Lin Rui's luck exploded again and he won the Sword Dance Skill Learning Machine. Sword Dance Skill Learning Machine, a one-time consumable item. After using it, the Pokémon will learn the Sword Dance skill. Sword Dance, perform a fierce war dance to increase your momentum and greatly increase your attack. This is a buff skill that can add buffs to yourself during combat. It is a very practical skill. However, since many Pokémon can learn Swords Dance on their own by increasing their levels, the market price of Swords Dance is not high, only about 500,000. But for Lin Rui, it was enough. The Thunderstone and the Sword Dance Skill Learning Machine are worth 2 million in total, which is far more than the selling price of the Provocation Skill Learning Machine. At this time, Lin Rui looked at the time. It was 7 minutes past 10, and there was less than an hour left until the final began. There's still time. Lin Rui didn't dare to delay and hurried to the nearby Pokémon breeding house. Many breeding houses not only sell Pokémon and Pokémon eggs, but also a variety of props for sale. At the same time, some breeding houses will also recycle the props in the hands of trainers. Of course, the purchase price is lower than the transaction between trainers. But Lin Rui doesn't have time to look for buyers now, so the price can be lower. The most important thing is to do it quickly. Lin Rui ran all the way and came to the Tianhai breeding house, the closest breeding house to the competition venue. Welcome to Tianhai breeding house. As soon as Lin Rui entered the door, a shopping guide in work clothes came to greet him. Sir, what can I do for you? The salesgirl asked with a smile. Lin Rui took a breath and asked, can you recycle the props? Hearing this, the shopping guide was slightly stunned, then smiled sweetly and said, sure, sir, Please follow me. Afterwards, Lin Rui followed the other party to a room on the second floor of the breeding house. The room was empty. Lin Rui looked around the interior and it looked like an office. Sir, please wait a moment. I will go and call our boss. Okay, as soon as possible, please. Lin Rui reminded the other party that he had to race against time and could not afford to endure it. Okay, sir. The salesgirl responded and left the office. Lin Rui waited anxiously for more than a minute, and suddenly the sound of high heels hitting the floor was heard outside the house. After a while, a woman in black business suit walked in from outside. Lin Rui quickly stood up and looked at the other person. It was then that Lin Rui realized that the other person's size was almost the same as his. Although the other person was wearing high heels, her height was at least 1.7 meters. She had delicate makeup on her face and looked very young, only a few years older than Lin Rui. While Lin Rui was looking at the other person was also looking at Lin Rui. Hello sir, I am the owner of this breeding house, my surname is Qin. Qin Yumo introduced himself. Hello, I would like to ask if you have a provocation skill learning machine in your store. Lin Rui asked straight to the point. Provocation skill learning machine. Hearing this, Qin Yumo was slightly stunned. This was not what her employee had just told her. Lin Rui observed the expression on Qin Yumo's face and hurriedly explained, it's like this, I want to buy a provocation skill learning machine, but I don't have cash so I want to sell the props first. If there is no provocation skill learning machine, then forget it. Lin Rui just remembered that he was in such a hurry that he forgot to ask the salesgirl if she had a provocation skill learning machine. Fortunately, Qin Yumo nodded. I have the provocation skill learning machine in my store, but I don't know what item you want to sell, sir. Lin Rui reached into his trouser pocket and took out the Thunderstone and Sword Dance skill learning machine from the system backpack. Thunderstone, I wonder if it's enough. Lin Rui was cautious and wanted to try whether he could exchange for the provocation skill learning machine with the Thunderstone alone. Qin Yumo glanced at Lin Rui curiously. When she was observing Lin Rui just now, she clearly saw that his trouser pocket was flat. Where did this Thunderstone come from? However, she was just curious and did not delve into it further. Instead, she examined the Thunderstone. After careful observation, Qin Yumo said, May I know your name, sir? My name is Lin Rui, this Thunderstone. There is no problem with Mr. Lin's Thunderstone, but one Thunderstone is not enough. Qin Yumo shook his head and said. Lin Rui sighed and thought that it really wouldn't work. There was no other way, Lin Rui could only take out the sword dance skill learning machine. What about adding this? Is this a sword dance learning machine? Qin Yumo asked puzzledly. Lin Rui nodded, yes, this is the sword dance learning machine. At this time, Qin Yumo became even more curious about Lin Rui. Who exactly is this Lin Rui, and why is he willing to exchange the Thunderstone and the sword dance skill learning machine for a provocation skill learning machine? You know, in a battle, sword dance is more practical than provocation. Qin Yumo thought about it for a long time but couldn't figure it out, so he asked curiously. Mr. Lin, can I ask why you must buy the provocation skill learning machine? Lin Rui thought about it and felt that this was not a secret, so he spoke. Because I want to use provocation to restrain Gengar's end song. The final song. Qin Yumo looked at Lin Rui in surprise, with a puzzled expression on his face. Helplessly, Lin Rui could only tell others that he was about to participate in the Elite Cup challenge. So, you are the genius boy? Qin Yumo asked in surprise. Genius boy? This time it was Lin Rui's turn to be surprised. When did he become a genius? How come he doesn't know it? In fact, as the Elite Cup challenge progressed, Lin Rui's fame grew. Even those who have never watched the Elite Cup challenge know that Jianghai City has produced a talented young man who is only 18 years old. Mr. Lin, please take back the sword dance skill learning machine. One Thunderstone is enough. Qin Yumo said to Lin Rui after taking the Thunderstone. What are you? Qin Yumo smiled and explained, Mr. Lin has a bright future. If Mr. Lin is willing, I would like to teach you, my friend. After Qin Yumo said this, Lin Rui understood and hurriedly thanked him, thank you, Boss Qin. Lin Rui really needed sword dance skills right now, so he didn't bother to be polite with Qin Yumo. No, when Mr. Lin wins the championship, I hope to invite you to be the spokesperson for our breeding house. Qin Yumo said. Spokesperson. Lin Rui asked after a moment's pause. Yes, it's the spokesperson. As for the endorsement fee. Qin Yumo paused for a moment, then smiled and said, as an endorsement fee, you can choose any Pokeball that we cultivate in our breeding house. I'll tell you a secret. We have quasi-god Pokeballs in our breeding house. Quasi-god Pokeball. Lin Rui's eyes widened. With such a good thing, there was no reason for him to not agree. Okay, I'll be the spokesperson. Chapter 48. It was already 7:40 when we came out of Tianhai breeding house. There are only 20 minutes left before the game starts. At this moment, the competition scene. The competition was about to begin, but the staff couldn't find Lin Rui after searching around. In desperation, the staff could only find Lin Rui's parents. You two, please contact Lin Rui as soon as possible. If he doesn't arrive before the game starts, he will be automatically judged as the loser according to the rules of the game. When I heard the other party say that he was automatically judged as the loser, I became anxious and quickly said, I'll contact him right away. Then Zhang Chunmei immediately took out her cell phone and called Lin Rui. The call went through, but no one answered. Where on earth did this child go? Zhang Chunmei complained. For tonight's final, she contacted her relatives in advance and asked them to watch Lin Rui's game in front of the TV on time. If she was judged as losing because Lin Rui was late, she would be so embarrassed. This shouldn't be the case. Didn't Lin Rui come back before us? Why hasn't he arrived yet? I hope nothing has happened to him. Lin's Higuo said worriedly. Bah, what nonsense are you talking about? Nothing will happen to my son. Zhang Chunmei glared at Lin's Higuo. After being scolded by Zhang Chunmei, Lin's Higuo dared not speak any words. At the same time, Lin Rui was rushing to the competition venue at the speed of a 100-meter sprint. It would be nice to have a Arcanine as a mount at this time. If you don't have Arcanine, a Pidgeot will do. Lin Rui complained in his heart and subconsciously glanced at the watch on his wrist. Oh no, it's already 7:50. Lin Rui used all his strength to speed up again. Dear audience friends, good evening. I am your old friend, with lots of money. I am everyone's favorite Xiao 7 points. The host and commentator Qian Duoduo and Xiao Yuer have already come on stage and started the pre-match warm-up. Welcome everyone to the final of the Elite Cup Challenge. Next, we will witness the birth of the champion of the first Elite Cup Challenge here. I believe everyone is familiar with the two teams in the final, but I still want to introduce them to you. The first player I want to introduce is this one. She has shown great strength since the preliminaries, crushing her opponents all the way to the finals. Her Jengar is unbeatable at the same level. I'm sure you've guessed her name by now. That's right, she is the strongest female trainer in this Elite Cup, Zhang Qi. With Qian Duoduo's passionate introduction, Zhang Qi slowly appeared on the field in an elevator. When Zhang Qi appeared, Xiao Yuer continued to introduce him. And the other contestant is known as Jianghai City's Genius Boy. He is only 18 years old and has been a trainer for only a month. In this month, he has trained 2 top-level Lord-level Pokémon. He made it all the way to the finals. He is the 18-year-old genius from Jianghai No. Middle School, Lin Rui. Xiao Yuer waved her hand and pointed to the other side of the stadium. However, 10 seconds passed. Lin Rui did not appear on the field. Xiao Yuer was stunned at first, then she immediately smiled and said, it seems that the applause from everyone is not enthusiastic enough, so contestant Lin Rui is unwilling to come on stage. Now, let's welcome Lin Rui to the stage with warm applause. Hearing Xiao Yuer's words, the audience burst into laughter, and then broke into thunderous applause and cheers. But after the applause, Lin Rui was still nowhere to be seen on the field. Now, Qian Duoduo and Xiao Yuer were both panicked. You know, tonight's final will be broadcast live. If Lin Rui didn't come, it would have become a live broadcast accident. At this moment, the director was informing the two of the situation through the headset. Lin Rui hasn't come yet. You guys try to delay the time. If Lin Rui doesn't show up after 3 minutes, you will be automatically judged as the loser, said the director. Xiao Yuer has only been working as a commentator for a short time and has never encountered such a situation. She subconsciously looked at Qian Duoduo standing beside her. Qian Duoduo looked calm, picked up the microphone and said, because Lin Rui had a problem, the competition will be. I am coming. Before Qian Duoduo could finish his words, Lin Rui rushed into the venue breathlessly. Immediately afterwards, Lin Rui walked unsteadily onto the field under the gaze of tens of thousands of people. Sorry, I'm late. Lin Rui said apologetically. In fact, Lin Rui had already arrived when Xiao Yuer first invited him to appear. It's just that at that time he didn't have time to teach Gyarados how to provoke, so this delayed it a little. Fortunately, I caught up in the end. Otherwise he would have made a fortune. Contestant Lin Rui, are you okay? Can we start the competition now? Xiao Yuer asked with concern. Lin Rui nodded, indicating that he was fine. Okay, the two contestants are in place. We will hand the competition over to the two contestants. Let's wait and see who will win the championship. After that, the two came to the commentary booth. The referee came on the field and introduced the rules of the game as usual. After confirming that everything was correct, he announced. Please send Pokémon from both sides. Come out, Gengar. Just as Lin Rui guessed, the first person Zhang Qi sent out was Gengar. It appears. Zhang Qi first Pokémon is Gengar. In the previous quarterfinals and semifinals, Zhang Qi Gengar left a very deep impression on us. Her skill combination of Black Gaze and End Song is invincible. As long as Gengar uses Black Gaze, this match will be over. For Lin Rui, the key to victory is how to break Gengar's Black Gaze and Song of the End. Qian Duo analyzed objectively. The other side. Lin Rui took the Pokeball from his waist and threw it into the air. It's decided to be you, Gyarados. Boom. Roar. As soon as Gyarados appeared, a dragon roar that resounded through the heavens and earth was heard at the scene. Lin Rui's first player to play Gyarados is Gyarados. His Gyarados record is also very impressive. He has never lost a game since his debut, and has performed many wonderful 1-on-2 performances. I wonder how he will use Gyarados to break Gengar's Black Eyes and End Song skill combination. I'm really looking forward to it. The battle begins. The battle is imminent. Provocative. As soon as the referee finished speaking, Lin Rui immediately gave instructions to Gyarados. It happened. When Lin Rui shouted the word provocation, Zhang Qi knew he was in trouble and hurriedly shouted at Gengar. Black Gaze. Chapter 49. The ups and downs of the final. After all, Zhang Qi was still a beat late. Before Gengar could use his Black Gaze, he was provoked by Gyarados. Provocation, it's a provocation skill. Player Lin Rui used the provocation skill to stop Gengar's Black Gaze. Genius, he really is a genius. I didn't expect that Lin Rui could break Gengar's Black Gaze and End Song combination skills with just one provocation. Commentary seat. Qian Duo became very excited after seeing Gyarados use the provocation skill. Perhaps some of our audience friends don't know what just happened. Let me briefly introduce it to you. The skill of End Song needs to wait for a certain number of rounds before it can take effect. If the trainer changes Pokémon during this period, then End Song will be ineffective. So, Zhang Qi will have Gengar use Black Eyes at the beginning of every match to prevent the opponent's trainer from changing Pokémon. Contestant Lin Rui guessed this, which is why he let Gyarados use the taunt skill right after the game started. Because the effect of the taunt skill is that the enemy Pokémon can only use offensive skills. After Qian Duo's explanation, everyone suddenly understood. On the field. After the provocation was successful, Lin Rui smiled faintly, and his heart finally settled down. Black Gaze plus Song of the End is indeed a bug, but it can still be cracked. If Zhang Qi Gengar could Mega Evolve and its characteristic changed to Shadow Stepping, then there would be real unsolvable results. The characteristic of Gengar after Mega Evolution will become Shadow Stomping, and the effect of Shadow Stomping is to step on the opponent's shadow, making it impossible to escape or replace. In this way, Gengar no longer needs to use Black Eyes and can directly use Song of the End, leaving the opponent with no way to deal with it. Thinking of this, Lin Rui felt that it would be necessary for him to capture a Gengar in the future. The Mega Evolved Gengar, coupled with the magical skill Final Song, feels so cool. Without the combination of Black Gaze and Song of the End, I wonder how you can defeat me. Lin Rui said with a smile. Zhang Qi Gengar's strength lies in this combination of skills. Without this combination of skills, his strength will be reduced by half. This can be seen from Gengar's skills and moves. Hypnosis, Hatred, Black Gaze, Spells, Strange Lights. Nearly half of the skills are transformation skills, and there are very few attack skills. The only few attack skills are mainly melee attacks. After being provoked and having his transformation skills blocked, it was only a matter of time before Gengar lost the game. Zhang Qi also understood this, so she chose to change Pokémon without hesitation. Come back, Gengar, go, Gardevoir. Oh, after Lin Rui broke the combo, Zhang Qi decisively chose to change Pokémon. I wonder how Lin Rui will respond. Qian Duo said. Change Pokémon? It won't be the same. Gyarados' taunt skill is the killer weapon to restrain Gengar's combo skills, so Gyarados cannot fall before Gengar loses his combat ability. So after Zhang Qi replaced the Pokémon, Lin Rui also immediately replaced the Pokémon. Come back Gyarados, it's decided that you're the one. Kaimo. As soon as the strong chicken appeared, it showed a strong desire to fight. Player Lin Rui also changed his Pokémon, but Charadrian has no advantage over Gardevoir in terms of attributes. It will be a tough battle for both him and Charadrian. Xiao Yuer said. Gardevoir, Misty Venue. After hearing Zhang Qi order, a large amount of fairy energy instantly surged out from under Gardevoir's feet, and then spread wildly around. A moment later, a light pink mist rose above the battlefield. The mist field effect is activated. For a certain period of time, Pokémon on the ground will not fall into abnormal states, and the damage of dragon attribute moves will be halved. At the same time as Gardevoir opened the mist venue, Lin Rui also gave orders to Strong Chicken. Strong Chicken, use Sword Dance. That's right, for the finals, Lin Rui not only taught Gyarados how to provoke, but also taught Phantasmagoria how to Sword Dance. Although the Strong Chicken does not have an advantage in attributes, it can make up for its attribute disadvantages by improving its attack power. Of course Zhang Qi knew that he couldn't let Sheik Kenman stack buffs so recklessly, so he hurriedly said to Gardevoir. Gardevoir, Illusion Ray. Gardevoir made a hand gesture in front of its chest, and then emitted a colorful beam of light at the Strong Chicken. Fantasy Ray is a psychic skill. Once it hits the Strong Chicken with fire and fighting attributes, it will cause double damage. Strong Chicken, dodge with lightning. The Strong Chicken kicked its feet and jumped out in an instant. The speed was so fast that it left a trail of afterimages on the field. Lin Rui's Strong Chicken is indeed very fast, but Zhang Qi is not panicked at all, because her Gardevoir has telepathic properties. Gardevoir, get out of the way. Gardevoir simply turned around and dodged the lightning from Brachyceph. Strong Chicken, split it. Kaimo. A white light flashed on Strong Chicken's hand, and he slashed at Gardevoir with a palm. Teleport. This. Lin Rui was dumbfounded. The speed that Strong Chicken was proud of had no advantage in front of Gardevoir's instant movement. How could he fight? Lin Rui is in trouble. In the audience, Xiao Yun sighed slightly after seeing Lin Rui was at a disadvantage. And, isn't Zhang Qi Gardevoir also unable to hit Strong Chicken? Zhang Jianan asked puzzledly. Xiao Yun shook her head and said, this is only temporary, and Gardevoir still has a lot of recovery capabilities. Xiao Yun was right. Even if Robocop attacked Gardevoir, as long as it could not be defeated in one blow, Gardevoir would be able to recover continuously through its skills. The other side. Lin Rui frowned, thinking about countermeasures. He knew better than anyone how many recovery skills Zhang Qi Gardevoir had mastered. Healing Wish, Healing Wave, Absorbing Kiss, Drop of Life, Wish. There are 5 recovery skills, which is simply inhumane. For Lin Rui, he only has one chance. Strong Chicken, Sword Dance. At present, Lin Rui does not have any particularly good solution and can only let the Strong Chicken continue to stack buffs. Gardevoir, interrupt it with telekinesis. Zhang Qi immediately gave the order. If the Strong Chicken can hide from the illusion light, can it also hide from the telekinesis? The power of telekinesis is not great, but it can control the opponent. Zhang Qi's goal is to interrupt the Strong Chicken's sword dance. I saw a ray of light flashing in Gardevoir's eyes, and then an invisible mental wave suddenly hit the Strong Chicken. Immediately afterwards, the Strong Chicken floated into the air uncontrollably. Although the sword dance skill was interrupted, the buff has been added. Chapter 50, Strong Chicken defeats Gardevoir by reversing its attributes. Strong Chicken, used Chi Gathering, Body Building and Sword Dance in succession. As the game progressed, Lin Rui also figured it out. Conventional fighting methods are definitely ineffective against Gardevoir, so he is just gambling now. The bet is that Robo Planet can deliver a critical hit to Gardevoir before Robo Planet is defeated by Gardevoir. Therefore, Lin Rui didn't care about Gardevoir's attack and let Strong Chicken stack various buffs all at once. Brother Duo, what is Lin Rui doing? In the commentary booth, seeing Lin Rui letting Strong Chicken stack buffs as much as possible without fighting back, Xiao Yuer didn't know what Lin Rui was thinking, so she could only ask Qian Duo beside her. I think Lin Rui is ready to go all out. Qian Duo, who has rich experience in commentary, saw through Lin Rui's plan at a glance. Indeed, when facing Garde Voir, a war of attrition or a protracted war will definitely not work. The only way is to use thundering means to inflict severe damage. While Chucky was stacking buffs, Zhang-Chi was not idle either. He kept ordering Garde Voir to attack Chucky. At this moment, the Strong Chicken's body was covered with wounds, and its entire body was shaking, as if a gust of wind could blow it down. Garde Voir, give it the final blow with the illusion beam. Strong Chicken, a flash of lightning. Seeing Garde Voir launch the final attack, Lin Rui knew it was time to fight back. Kaimo. Brakisef used lightning flash and continued to fly towards it while dodging Garde Voir's illusion beams. Garde Voir, teleport. However, whenever Robopullet is about to get close to Garde Voir is always able to use instant teleportation to distance itself from Robopullet. Hateful. Lin Rui clenched his fists and spoke through gritted teeth. Robocop was already at the end of its strength. If it continued to consume like this, even if it was not hit by Garde Voir's attack, it would probably not be able to hold on for much longer. Strong Chicken, use the call. A cry? Zhang-Chi frowned, not understanding why Lin Rui suddenly started shouting. Although the skill of shout is a sonic skill, it does not cause any damage and can only reduce the attack power of the Pokémon. At this moment, even if Garde Voir's attack power is reduced, Robo-Pitcher still cannot withstand Garde Voir's attack in this state. However, the next second. Kaimo. The Strong Chicken screamed. Then, a ball of intense fire energy suddenly condensed in its mouth. Seeing this scene, Lin Rui said in his heart. This is... Spray flames. At this critical moment, the Strong Chicken actually learned to spray flames. Boom. The Strong Chicken spewed out a stream of scorching flames, which instantly covered half of the venue. Oh my god, Rui's Strong Chicken is too fierce. In the audience, Sun Ji was shocked when he saw the Strong Chicken shooting out flames. An ordinary jet of flame looks like a stream. But what was that stream that Lin Rui's Strong Chicken spurted out was simply a sea of fire. Looking at the jet of flames with such a large range, this was the first time in this game that Zhang-Chi did not let Garde Voir use instant teleport. Because she knew that even if Garde Voir used teleportation, it would not be able to avoid the jet of fire. But what she didn't expect was that with just one jet of flame, Garde Voir actually lost its ability to fight. Not to mention Zhang-Chi didn't expect it, even Lin Rui himself didn't expect it. It's actually really easy. First of all, Lin Rui had been letting Strong Chicken stack buffs, and the buffs had reached a terrifying level. Secondly, the Strong Chicken realized the jet of fire in a critical moment and stimulated its potential. The king level qualifications are not exaggerated. This is how the jet flame is so powerful. I can only say that all this happened by chance. Garde Voir has lost its ability to fight. Please ask Zhang-Chi to send out the next Pokémon. Zhang-Chi took Garde Voir back into the Pokeball and then replaced Gengar again. After seeing Gengar appear, Lin Rui was just about to put Pufflin back into the Pokeball. Unexpectedly, I was rejected by Liz Wangji. Kaimo. The Strong Chicken shook his head at Lin Rui. Lin Rui was slightly stunned, and then he saw the fighting spirit in the eyes of the Strong Chicken. It wants to keep fighting. Lin Rui understood the heart of the Strong Chicken. In that case, I'll leave the Strong Chicken to you. Lin Rui also understood that Zhang-Chi only had one Gengar left, but that Gengar was also the most difficult to deal with. Roboporn will not provoke, so it will definitely be taken away by Gengar's end song. Once Roboton loses his ability to fight, he will only have Gyarados left. In this way, Zhang-Chi doesn't need to use the Black Gaze at all and can directly use the song of the end. No matter how strong Gyarados is, it can't last more than a few seconds. Instead of this, why not just give it a try? Thinking of this, Lin Rui immediately gave orders. Strong Chicken, a flash of lightning. Black Gaze. Really? Just as Lin Rui guessed, Zhang-Chi still used the Black Gaze first. But Lin Rui didn't care, and neither did Li Zhuangji. All they have to do is to create opportunities for Gyarados. Strong Chicken, shoot out flames. The final song. Zhang-Chi did not choose to dodge, but let Jengar use the Song of the End under the jet fire of Liz Wangji. Although Strong Chicken was hit by the Song of the End, it will not lose its fighting ability immediately. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Lin Rui ordered the Strong Chicken to launch a fierce attack. Strong Chicken, bounce! Lin Rui knew that after Zhang Qi asked Jengar to use the Song of the End, the next move would definitely be hypnosis. Once Robopiano is hypnotized, Jengar can wait without getting hurt until Robopiano loses his ability to fight. So, Lin Rui asked the Strong Chicken to use the bounce first. Not only can the bounce help you avoid Jengar's hypnosis, but the attack when you land also has a chance of paralyzing Jengar. There is a certain chance that a Pokémon in a paralyzed state will not be able to use its skills. Now, it's time to look at the face. When it comes to luck, Lin Rui has never doubted himself. Of course, the system lottery is an exception. The Strong Chicken kicked its legs hard and jumped into the air. When it reached the highest point, it fell rapidly with the help of gravity. Geng Gui, get out of the way. How could Zhang Qi just sit there and wait to die? He immediately ordered Geng Gui to get out of the way. Jengar stared at the brawler in the air, and after roughly determining its landing point, he moved in the opposite direction. Just when everyone thought that Jengar had successfully avoided the attack, the Strong Chicken in the air suddenly flapped its wings, turned around, and rushed towards Jengar again. Seeing this scene, everyone present was stunned. This chicken has automatic cruise control. Boom! Jengar wanted to dodge again, but the speed of Robocop was too fast and it hit Jengar directly. After being hit, Jengar took a few steps back before steadying himself. But the next second, electric currents appeared on its body. This is a state of paralysis. But before Lin Rui could be happy, the Strong Chicken fell to the ground and lost its ability to fight. Obviously, the effect of Song of the End has been activated. Chicken Bringer has lost its ability to fight. Please ask Lin Rui to send out the last Pokémon. Leave it to you, Gyarados. Gyarados vs Jengar. The final decisive moment. I am finally coming. Chapter 51. Gyarados and Jengar lose their combat capabilities at the same time. Gyarados, please. Roar. Gyarados responded to Lin Rui with a dragon roar that resounded through the sky. Gyarados, use Dragon's Fury at its maximum power. Lin Rui knew very well that with only one Pokémon left, Zhang Qi would definitely let Jengar use End Song. His chance only lasts a few seconds, so he must defeat Jengar in that limited time. Geng Gui, use the Song of the End. Zhang Qi had a calm expression on his face and spoke slowly. With Jengar's strength, even though he was injured in the battle with Puffball, he was still able to withstand Gyarados' Dragon's Fury. As long as Jengar can withstand Gyarados' violent attack before the effect of End Song is activated, victory will belong to her. Here it comes, it's Jengar's End Song. In the commentary booth, Xiao Yuer was very nervous, so nervous that her palms began to sweat. Not only her, but tens of thousands of audience members at the scene were so nervous that they dared not breathe. The huge battlefield was completely silent at this moment. There was only the sound of people breathing. The game has entered a critical moment. It depends on whether Gyarados can defeat Jengar before the effect of End Song is activated. Qian Duoduo said. In the audience, Zhang Chunmei nervously grabbed Lin's Higuo who was standing beside her and muttered something. God bless me, please let my son win. Zhang Jianan, who was standing by, clasped his hands together in front of his chest and prayed devoutly. Come on, Lin Rui, you can do it. Sun Ji shouted at the top of his lungs, come on Ruizi, come on Gyarados. Back on the field. Gyarados' powerful Dragon's Fury hit Jengar accurately. Jengar endured the severe pain and withstood the dragon's wrath, using the Song of the End. Now it is a race against time, Lin Rui dare not slack off at all. Gyarados, use provocation. At this point in the game, Lin Rui already had a clear understanding of Zhang Qi tactics. Next, Zhang Qi will definitely let Geng Gui use hypnosis. However, this time Lin Rui guessed wrong. Jengar, use guard. The Song of the End has hit the target, now Zhang Qi just needs to wait quietly for the effect of the Song of the End to take effect. There is no point in keeping this life-saving skill in your hands anymore, so you might as well use it directly to buy time. He successfully defended and blocked Gyarados' provocation. Zhang Qi raised his lips slightly and said, it's time to end it. Jengar, use hypnosis. Damn it! How could I have forgotten my defensive skills? Lin Rui had planned everything, but he actually forgot to use his defensive skills. The defensive skill can not only resist attack skills, but also resist change skills. It was too late for Gyarados to use taunt at this point. The only way is to take a gamble and bet that Gengar's hypnosis cannot hypnotize Gyarados. Gyarados, charge forward and use Crunch. Roar. Gyarados roared and rushed towards Gengar at a rapid speed. At the same time, Gengar also started hypnosis. A circle of strange ripples emanated from Gengar's eyes and instantly spread to the surroundings. Seeing this scene, Lin Rui could only pray silently that Gengar's hypnosis would not succeed. At this point in the game, it seemed that there was no suspense. At this moment, Lin Rui was extremely nervous. Even if Gengar's hypnosis failed to hypnotize Gyarados, there was little time left for him and Gyarados. In the commentary box, Duo was already thinking about how to congratulate Zhang on winning the championship. It's over, Zhang is going to win the championship. Is this really the end? Before she knew it, tears had already formed in the corners of Xiao Yuer's eyes. Among the top 32, she is most optimistic about Lin Rui. And Lin Rui did not disappoint her expectations and made it all the way to the finals. And at the beginning of the finals, he used the taunt skill to break the Gengar combo that no one had been able to break, and once gained the upper hand. But in the end, Lin Rui was finally defeated by Song of the End. On the field, Lin Rui clenched his hands tightly, his heart filled with desire for victory. He is not willing. I'm not willing to lose the game. This was his first official competition since becoming a trainer. How could he fail here? He couldn't fail. He is the man who is going to become the champion of Dragon Country. He is a man with a system. Gyarados. Use Crunch. With a desire for victory in mind, Lin Rui gave the final order to Gyarados. Roar. At this moment, Gengar's hypnosis has begun to take effect, and Gyarados only felt a strong sense of sleepiness coming over him instantly. But Lin Rui's shout was like a sharp sword piercing deep into its brain, and Gyarados woke up and roared in response to Lin Rui. At the same time, an invisible and inexplicable energy connected Lin Rui and Gyarados together. That was the bond between them. At this time, Gyarados' speed increased again and pounced towards Gengar. At the same time, Gyarados opened its bloody mouth and bit Gengar. In response to this, Zhang did not give any instructions to Gengui. Because she knew it was no longer necessary. Ever since the Song of the End hit Gyarados, she had been silently calculating the time in her mind. By this point, the end song should be taking effect. 5,4,3,2. Before she could shout 1, Gyarados accelerated again and successfully hit Gengar with its bite skill. Dark-type skills deal double damage to Ghost-type Pokémon, instantly taking away the last bit of Gengar's health. This. Zhang couldn't believe what was happening before his eyes. Gengar actually fell down, but Gyarados. At this moment, the effect of the Song of the End was activated, and Gyarados finally fell down. This result was beyond everyone's expectations. Both Pokémon lose their battle energy at the same time. What should I do? At this moment, even the experienced Duo didn't know what to do. Who could have thought that the final would be so eventful? First, Lin Rui used a taunt to break Gengar's combo, then Zhang Gardevoir suppressed Lin Rui's Phantasmagoria with its attributes, and then Phantasmagoria exploded on the spot and learned how to spray fire against its attributes to defeat Gardevoir. After Gengar returned to the game, he used a combo to take down the already exhausted Tomcat, and once again faced off against Gyarados. After Gyarados came on the field, Gengar directly activated the end song. At this time, everyone thought that Zhang would be the final champion. Lin Rui's Gyarados fought back, resisted Gengar's hypnosis, and before the effect of the end song was activated, he used a bite to kill Gengar. However, just at this moment, the effect of Song of the End was activated, and Gyarados was also taken away. In the end, both Pokémon fell. If this is the first Pokémon for the two, it would be fine. Let them send out the next Pokémon. But the key is that these are the last Pokémon for both of them. And we can't let these two people have an extra match. But the problem is, there is only one final championship reward. Who should it be given to? The organizer was speechless for a moment, wondering how such a thing could happen. But what was even more speechless was the referee who was still on the stage. He looked at the two Pokémon that had lost their ability to fight and didn't know how to announce the result. Referee, someone come save me. Chapter 52. Double Champions. Since an emergency has occurred, it naturally needs to be resolved as soon as possible. For a moment, the organizers, referees and other relevant staff all gathered together to urgently discuss who would be the final champion. Let me speak first. I think both contestants should be awarded the championship at the same time. The chief referee of the referee team spoke first. No, there is only one prize for the champion, how do we distribute it? The person in charge of the organizer immediately denied it. It's not that he doesn't want to give the championship to two people, but how to divide it when there is only one prize. Bonuses and such are just small matters, the key is the Pokeball. You can't just split it in half and give it to each person. If the two can't win at the same time, then there is only one way, see whose Pokémon loses the ability to fight first. At this time, everyone turned their eyes to the referee of the game. The referee on duty said helplessly, "Why are you all looking at me? You all saw what happened in the game just now. It can be said that the two Pokémon lost their fighting ability at the same time. Going around and around, I came back again. You have been discussing for so long just because of the distribution of Pokémon eggs. Wouldn't it be enough if each of you gets an Pokémon egg?" Just when everyone couldn't come to a conclusion, someone suddenly came in and said. Seeing the person coming, everyone couldn't help but gasp. "King Ling, why are you here?" Lang Feng smiled and said, "I came to Jianghai City to take care of some personal matters. I heard that a battle competition was being held here, so I stopped by to take a look. You know what, that match just now was really exciting. It made my blood boil. It reminded me of my youth." After hearing this, everyone didn't know how to respond for a moment. When you were young, everyone thought you were not old. The person who came was none other than Lang Feng, the most popular top-level trainer in Dragon Country. Lang Feng, 24 years old this year, is the youngest king-level trainer in the history of Dragon Country. He became a trainer at the age of 18, and in 6 years he was promoted from a junior trainer to a top-level trainer. Its ace Pokémon is the quasi-god Pokémon unique to the Dragon Kingdom Dragonite. At this time, the staff of the organizer stepped forward and said with some embarrassment, "King Ling, you don't know that this championship prize has been prepared long ago. It is difficult for me to prepare an extra one all of a sudden. As you know, we need to apply to the Alliance in advance for Pokeballs. I really can't do anything about it right now. This is easy to handle." As he spoke, Lang Feng took out his cell phone and made a call. Under the gaze of everyone, Lang Feng solved the problem in just a few words. "Okay, I've taken care of the Pokeball issue for you. You should be able to handle the rest by yourselves, right?" Lang Feng asked with a smile. At this moment, everyone was still in shock and hadn't reacted. What seemed to them to be the most difficult task was actually handled so easily by Lang Feng. He is worthy of being the youngest king-level trainer in the history of Dragon Country. After helping to solve the problem, Lang Feng left the scene despite everyone's attempts to persuade him to stay. Just like when he came silently and left silently. After walking out of the venue, Lang Feng looked around, and when he saw a figure in the distance, he immediately trotted over. "Is it done?" asked the owner of the back. "Don't worry, with a top-level trainer like me taking action, such a small matter can be easily accomplished," Lang Feng said with a smile. "Thanks." The other party thanked him, but the tone of his voice did not make Lang Feng feel a trace of gratitude. "Yao, are you still angry with me?" Lang Feng walked around to the other person, stopped him and asked in a flattering manner. If Lin Rui were here at this time, he would definitely find that the person who was blocked by Lang Feng was none other than his fighting teacher Lang Yao. Lang Yao said calmly, "There's nothing to be angry about. I no longer have anything to do with the Lang family. Thank you for what happened today. Please don't come to me again in the future." After saying that, Lang Yao pushed Lang Feng away and was about to leave. Lang Feng grabbed Lang Yao's arm and said, "Don't be so rude. I'm your brother. From the day you handed me over to them, you are no longer my brother." When Lang Yao said this, her eyes turned slightly red and tears kept welling up in her eyes. Seeing this scene, Lang Feng silently let go of his hand and looked at Lang Yao as if he wanted to say something but hesitated. Lang Yao was right, the relationship between the siblings broke down from that day on. The Lang family was originally a third-rate family in the imperial capital, but the appearance of Lang Feng gave them hope for the family's rise. But if you want to rise, talent alone is not enough, you also need resources. This is also the biggest gap between the poor and the rich. Are there no geniuses among the poor? The answer is definitely no. There are also geniuses among the poor, and because the number of poor people is so large, the number of geniuses will only be greater than that of the rich. But it is difficult for a poor family to produce a noble son, because they only have talent but no resources. Especially when it comes to breeding Pokémon, it's all about who has more money. Therefore, in order to train Lang Feng, the Lang family arranged a marriage for him. But as fate would have it, the other party took a fancy to Lang Feng's sister Lang Yao and wanted her to marry into their family. In fact, Lang Yao's talent is also very strong, but it is still a little worse than Lang Feng. At first Lang Feng did not agree to let Lang Yao marry him, but at that time he had just reached the critical moment of breaking through to become a king-level trainer. In order to break through to become a king-level trainer, Lang Feng finally compromised, agreed to the marriage, and personally handed Lang Yao over to the other party. From that day on, Lang Yao became completely desperate about her brother Lang Feng and the Lang family. If she hadn't escaped by chance, she would have become someone else's bride. Although Lang Feng returned the resources in the end, he was lucky enough to encounter a miracle in the secret realm and helped Dragonite break through to the king level of combat power, and eventually became the youngest king level trainer in Dragon Country. But the rift between the siblings had already been created and could never be repaired. After that, Lang Yao also left the imperial capital and came to Jianghai City. Lang Feng searched for a long time before he finally found Lang Yao. Originally, he wanted to take Lang Yao back, but what he didn't expect was that even after so long, Lang Yao still couldn't forgive him. Return to the competition venue. Since Lang Feng solved the problem of the Pokeball, the organizer made an unprecedented decision to award Lin Rui and Zhang Qi the championship title at the same time, and each of them received a championship prize. As the audience waited anxiously, Qian Duoduo and Xiao Yuer slowly walked onto the stage. Qian Duoduo solemnly announced, after intense discussions between the organizers and the referee team, I hereby announce that the champion of the first Jianghai Elite Cup Challenge is Lin Rui and Zhang Qi. That's right, both of you will be awarded the title of champion at the same time, and each of you will receive one championship prize. Next, please give the warmest applause to welcome the two champions to the stage to receive their awards. When Qian Duoduo announced that the two of them were both champions, the scene suddenly erupted into thunderous applause and cheers. Obviously, everyone is very satisfied with such a result. After all, double championship, there is no better result than this. Chapter 53. Champion Rewards. After the results come out, the grand award ceremony will follow. As champions, Lin Rui and Zhang Qi will each receive 100,000 yuan in cash, an energy cube gift pack, and the ultimate grand prize of the tournament, an Pokeball. Of course, all the players who make it to the top 8 will also receive prize money, but not as much as the champion. Because it is a double championship, there is no second place. The third and fourth place prizes are RMB 10,000 each. The remaining 8 contestants will each receive a prize of yuan. The award ceremony ended, and the first Jianghai City Elite Cup Challenge officially came to an end. After the award ceremony, Qian Duoduo, on behalf of the organizer, announced that Jianghai City will hold the Elite Cup Challenge every year in the future. Backstage, Lin Rui and Zhang Qi saw their own Pokeballs. The patterns and colors of the two eggs are different, which means that these two Pokeballs are not the same. The Pokemon egg on the left is blue and white with wave-like patterns on it. Lin Rui guessed that it should be a water Pokemon. The Pokemon egg on the right is orange-yellow in color without any patterns, so it is most likely a fire-type Pokemon. In order to verify his guess, Lin Rui opened the Eye of Truth as soon as possible. Lin Rui first glanced at the orange-yellow Pokeball on the right. Vulpix, egg form. Qualification, Hall Master level. Incubation period, 20. Unlike hatched Pokemon, Pokemon eggs only have 3 pieces of information. Types, qualifications, and incubation period. Lin Rui could understand the first 2, but this incubation period was a little difficult for him to understand. In the game, there is no such thing as hatching cycle, but rather the number of hatching steps. That is, after obtaining the Pokemon egg, how many steps do you need to take before the Pokemon egg can hatch? Since it's a cycle, I think it should be related to the number of days. Incubation period 20, does it mean it takes 20 days to hatch? Lin Rui guessed in his heart. After knowing that the Pokemon egg on the right was Vulpix, Lin Rui turned his attention to the Pokemon egg on the left. Although the aptitude of this Vulpix is not bad and has reached the level of a gym owner, Lin Rui has no interest in it because it is a fire-type Vulpix and not an ice-type Vulpix. His team already has a fire-type Pokémon in the form of Brachycephal, so there's no need to train another one. Lin Rui glanced at the Pokeball on the left, and an information box immediately appeared in front of him. Ink Seahorse, Pokeball form. Qualification, Hall Master level. Incubation period, 24. Just as Lin Rui guessed, this is the egg of the water-type Pokémon Seahorse. His qualifications are the same as Vulpix's next to him, both are gym owner level qualifications. The only difference is that the hatching period is 4 days longer than that of Vulpix. Although Black Seahorse is not bad, Lin Rui doesn't seem to need it very much. After all, he already has Gyarados. In that case, Lin Rui simply acted like a gentleman. Ladies first, you choose first. Lin Rui made a gesture of invitation and said. Zhang Qi was slightly stunned and asked, if you really let me choose first, don't regret it. Lin Rui spread his hands and said indifferently, there is nothing to regret. In my opinion, these 2 Pokeballs are rubbish. I don't even like them. Hearing this, Zhang Qi frowned. What does Lin Rui mean by this? Is he letting her choose first just because he doesn't like her? If you like this, will you not give in to her? Ding! Negative emotions from Zhang Qi, plus 100. Alas, if it weren't for this damn negative emotion value, why would I be so high profile? Lin Rui really has a lot of pain in his heart that he can't express. He wanted to keep a low profile, but his strength didn't allow it. Zhang Qi rolled his eyes at Lin Rui, greeted him in his heart, and then walked forward to pick up the Pokeball. Seeing Zhang Qi looking left and right, and occasionally touching it, Lin Rui kindly reminded him, the blue and white one on the left should be a water-type Pokémon, and the one on the right I guess is a fire-type Pokémon. Choose according to your needs. Hearing Lin Rui's reminder, Zhang Qi was stunned at first, then he said, are you so sure? Depend on. Zhang Qi actually dared to question him. If he wasn't afraid of exposing the system, Lin Rui would have told all the information about the 2 Pokeballs. Believe it or not. Lin Rui said indifferently. Tisk, just playing tricks. Zhang Qi complained. Ding. Negative emotions from Zhang Qi, plus 50. Lin Rui was almost speechless. His kindness was taken for granted and he was like a dog biting Liu Dongbin, who didn't appreciate his kindness. Zhang Qi chose for a long time and finally chose the Vulpix egg on the right. I want this Pokemon egg. Zhang Qi said as he picked up the Vulpix Pokemon egg. Okay, then I'll choose this Pokeball. Afterwards, the two went to the organizer to register and left the competition venue each holding an Pokeball. Ruko, what Pokeball did you choose? Seeing Lin Rui coming out, Sun Ji immediately ran over and asked. I don't know either, but judging from its appearance, I guess it should be a water-type Pokemon. Lin Rui said without hesitation. Don't know? Didn't the organizer say anything? That shouldn't be the case, right? Sun Ji asked with a puzzled look on his face. Don't worry about it, just go and get it identified and you'll know. Lin Rui said. Makes sense. At this time, Lin's father, Lin's mother, Zhang Jianan, and others also gathered around. Seeing the Pokemon egg in Lin Rui's arms, Xiao Yun recognized at a glance what Pokemon egg it was. If I'm not mistaken, this should be the Pokeball of the Black Seahorse. Xiao Yun said. Hearing this, Lin Rui was slightly stunned. As expected of a Pokemon researcher, his eyesight is even better than that of the true eye. If Lin Rui did not possess the eye of truth, he could only roughly determine the nature of this Pokeball. But Xiao Yun, just by taking a look at the appearance of the Pokeball, can accurately tell the name of the Pokeball. It's really amazing and I have to admire her. But we still need to identify it to know whether it is true or not. Xiao Yun said. Okay, I'll go to the appraisal center now. Don't bother. My lab can identify it. An appraisal at the appraisal center is not cheap, and Xiao Yun feels that there is no need to waste this money. So, the group came to Xiao Yun's laboratory. Drip drip. The identification results are out. Half an hour later, the results came out. It's really the Ink Seahorse. Auntie, you are really amazing. You are right about that. Zhang Jianan looked at the information on the identification instrument with a look of surprise. Look, this Black Seahorse has the qualifications of a museum owner. Sun Ji said, pointing to the information above. Sun Ji didn't need to say anything, everyone had already seen it. With gym leader level qualifications, this Pokémon is considered very talented in the eyes of most people. This organizer is really generous. How much money must it cost? Sun Ji said after swallowing. It's not expensive, just over 1 million. Lin Rui said with a smile. How much? Over 1 million. Zhang Chunmi's eyes widened. She could hardly believe her ears. She felt like she was dreaming. She hurriedly said to Lin's Higuo beside her, "Husband, pinch me to see if I am dreaming." "Mom, you're not dreaming." Lin Rui said with a smile. "Hey, that's not right. Rui's ink seahorse is a water Pokémon, but you already have a Gyarados." At this time, Sun Ji thought of a very important question. Lin Rui nodded and said, "So, I plan to sell it." "What? Sold?" Hearing this, Xiao Yun and Bai Yi asked in unison, looking extremely shocked. Ding! Negative emotions from Xiao Yun, plus 399. Ding! Negative emotions from Bai Yi, plus 299. Chapter 54. Aftershocks after the Elite Cup. You said you were going to sell the Pokémon egg? This is a gym owner level black seahorse, and you're just going to sell it like this? Bai Yi was speechless. She had seen people who spent money profligately, but she had never seen anyone as profligate as this. Most people dream of having a Pokémon with gym leader level qualifications, but Lin Rui actually wants to sell it. It's good to sell it, it's good to sell it. At this time, when Zhang Chunmi heard that Lin Rui was going to sell the seahorse's Pokeballs, she immediately smiled and seemed to be several years younger. As long as Lin Rui sells the eggs, his family will immediately become millionaires. She has even decided to resign tomorrow and enjoy her retirement life in advance. As a result, she no longer objected to Lin Rui becoming a trainer. Seeing his mother so happy, Lin Rui smiled helplessly. The decision to sell the Pokémon egg of Ink Seahorse was, on the one hand, because Lin Rui already had a water-type Gyarados, and on the other hand, he really wanted to improve the family's financial situation. Gym leader level aptitude is indeed okay, but if you want to become a top Pokémon trainer, gym leader level Pokémon are still not enough. How about this? I'll give you some extra money from your bonus and the money from selling the eggs, and then you can buy a king level Pokeball. Lin's Higuo thought that Lin Rui looked down on the qualifications of a museum owner, so he thought for a while and then said. Besides, Lin's Higuo had already promised to buy Pokeballs for Lin Rui. When Zhang Chunmi heard Lin's Higuo say that he wanted to buy a Pokeball of the Heavenly King qualification, she immediately asked, "How much does this Pokeball of the Heavenly King qualification cost?" "Auntie, the prices of Pokeballs with King level qualifications vary depending on the type, but they are basically over 3 million. Zhang Jianan explained with a smile. "How much? 3 million or more?" "No, I don't agree." Zhang Chunmi rejected Lin's Higuo's proposal without even thinking about it. Her son finally earned some money, but before she had time to enjoy it, the money was gone and she even owed more than 1 million yuan. The key point is that their family doesn't have that much money. "Wife, since our son has the talent to become a trainer, we as parents can't hold him back," Lin's Higuo advised earnestly. "That won't work. That's more than 3 million. How can our family afford so much money?" Zhang Chunmi said seriously. Seeing that the two elders were arguing more and more fiercely, Lin Rui immediately stepped forward to persuade them, "Mom and Dad, you keep the money. As for the Pokeballs, I have no shortage of them." "No shortage." Lin Rui smiled and nodded, and told everyone that he had become the spokesperson for Tianhai Breeding House. "Ruizi, oh no, it's Ruij, can I get a discount if I mention your name when I go to Tianhai Breeding House to buy something?" Hearing that Lin Rui had become the spokesperson for the breeding house, Sun Ji immediately hugged Lin Rui's thighs and asked sincerely. "Others can do it, but you can't." "Why, brother Rui, I am your brother, you can't do this to me." Ding! Negative emotions from Sun Ji, plus 99. Okay, I was just kidding. I don't know anything about the discount. I'll ask later." Lin Rui said. "Lin Rui, do you want to sell this Pokeball to the breeding house?" Xiao Yun asked. "Well, let me collect my endorsement fee by the way," Lin Rui said. "It was already late when I came out of the laboratory." Lin Rui thought about going to the Tianhai breeding house after school tomorrow, and buying some things to prepare for the secret realm training. The next day, as soon as Lin Rui arrived at the school, he was treated like a star. Some bold girls even gave their handwritten love letters directly, which made Sun Ji, who was standing beside them, very envious. Ruizi, you are a big celebrity in our school now. I wonder how many girls have a crush on you. Sun Ji said sourly. What's so strange about this? It's because I'm so handsome. Lin Rui said narcissistically as he touched the hairstyle he had just done in the morning. Ding! Negative emotions from Sun Ji, plus 199. While playing, the two came to their class. When they saw the girls gathered in 3 layers inside and outside the classroom door, they were immediately shocked. What is going on? Lin Rui asked subconsciously. Need I ask? I'm definitely here to find you. Sun Ji replied. At this time, someone in the crowd saw Lin Rui and immediately shouted. Sisters, it's Lin Rui is here. Next second. A group of girls rushed towards Lin Rui. Fuck. Lin Rui secretly thought that something was wrong, and immediately pushed Sun Ji forward and ran away. Lin Rui, fuck you. Ding. Negative emotions from Sun Ji, plus 399. I'm helping you, okay? It's up to you whether you can find your way out of being single. I'm running away first. Lin Rui's voice became smaller and smaller, and it was obvious that he had run far away. Get out of the way, you pervert. Snapped. Sun Ji covered his burning cheeks, looked at the girl in front of him who was fatter than him, and said aggrievedly, Classmate, please look in the mirror first. With your appearance, how can I lust after you? Asshole. Snapped. Another slap, but this time it was on the other side. You short-sighted man, get out of here right now and don't chase after Brother Rui in front of me. Seeing that the other party wanted to slap him again, Sun Ji was so scared that he immediately stepped aside. He didn't want to be slapped again. Lin Rui really didn't expect that these girls were so enthusiastic and bold. They kept chasing him even after the class bell rang. In desperation, Lin Rui could only call his old class teacher to ask for leave, and then sneaked out of the school. When the teacher heard that Lin Rui wanted to ask for leave, he agreed without hesitation. It was Lin Rui who won the Elite Cup, which made him, as a teacher, very proud. After leaving the school, Lin Rui went directly to the Tianhai breeding house. Welcome to Tianhai breeding house. Is there anything you need? The shopping guide asked with a sweet smile. Lin Rui knew the other person, and she was the one who received him last time. Is Sister Yumo here? Lin Rui asked. Qin Yumo is a little older than Lin Rui, so Lin Rui naturally calls her Sister Yumo. I was wondering who it was, it turns out it's our champion. Before the salesgirl could answer, Qin Yumo's voice rang out from behind Lin Rui. Sister Yumo, please stop teasing me. Lin Rui scratched his head and said. Qin Yumo was slightly startled when she heard Lin Rui calling her Sister Yumo, then she smiled and said, Since you call me sister, then I will accept you as my brother. Tell me, why did you skip school and come to me so early in the morning? It's not for the endorsement fee, is it? Lin Rui chuckled and didn't refute, I'm here to take care of my sister's business and take my endorsement fee. After saying that, Lin Rui carefully took out the ink seahorse's pokeball from his school bag. This is Chapter 55, Quasi-God Level Shining Ghastly. This is. Qin Yumo looked at the pokeball and had a guess in his mind, but he was not sure. This is one of the champion prizes, the Black Seahorse Pokeball. I have already identified that it is of the caliber of a gym owner. Lin Rui said with a smile. Brother Lin Rui, you don't want to sell it, do you? Qin Yumo asked in surprise. Lin Rui nodded and explained, well, I already have Gyarados, so there's not much point in training another water-type Pokémon. Do you want to go the route of becoming an all-round trainer? At this time, Qin Yumo was even more shocked when he heard that Lin Rui wanted to sell the Pokeballs. It is much more difficult to be a full system trainer than a single system trainer. This is mainly because the cost of breeding Pokémon is much higher. But at the same time, a full system trainer is much stronger than a single system trainer. Qin Yumo stared at Lin Rui for several seconds, then smiled and said, It seems that you have great ambitions. Lin Rui smiled and didn't reply. His ambition is not just big, if he tells it out loud, it would probably scare Qin Yumo to death. I can say I'll recycle this Pokeball. The price will be 1.8 million. What do you think? Qin Yumo asked. 1,800,000 is a very fair price. The black seahorse itself is not a particularly rare Pokémon, especially since Jianghai City is a coastal city, so the black seahorse is even more common. The market price of a black seahorse with museum owner level qualifications is generally between 2 million and 2.3 million. The recycling price is definitely lower than the selling price, otherwise how can people make money? So 1.8 million is not low. Lin Rui agreed without hesitation. Whatever my sister says is what it is. I believe you won't cheat me. Lin Rui patted Qin Yumo's back a little. You little brat, you're really good at talking. Qin Yumo also cursed with a smile, then took the Mohaima Pokeball from Lin Rui and handed it to the shopping guide next to him. Then she asked Lin Rui for his bank card number. After a while, Lin Rui received a text message from the bank. Dragon Country Bank Income. How is it, did you receive the money? Got it, thank you Sister Yumo. Come on, I'll take you to see your endorsement fee. As she spoke, Qin Yumo walked towards the breeding house in her high heels. Lin Rui followed behind Qin Yumo, staring at Qin Yumo's back. Every step Qin Yumo took seemed to carry an indescribable rhythm, and her body twisted gently with each step, like a silent dance. Seeing this scene, the hot-blooded Lin Rui suddenly felt an inexplicable restlessness in his heart. At the same time, his breathing unconsciously quickened, and he felt both excited and a little uneasy. Lin Rui swallowed and forced himself to calm down. At this moment, Qin Yumo, who was walking in front, suddenly stopped. Lin Rui wasn't paying attention and bumped into Qin Yumo. As he staggered, a faint and elegant fragrance drifted away with the fluctuations of the air, surrounding Lin Rui. It smells so good. Lin Rui muttered softly. What did you say? Ah, nothing, Sister Yumo, why did you stop suddenly? Lin Rui was startled, luckily Qin Yumo didn't hear it. Qin Yumo glanced at Lin Rui strangely and saw that his face was flushed, which showed that he was not thinking well. Brother Lin Rui, you are not behaving well. What? Lin Rui panicked when he heard this. No way, could it be that Sister Yumo saw that I was? Seeing Lin Rui's expression change, Qin Yumo laughed even more wantonly. Okay, I won't tease you anymore. This is the gift I prepared for you. Come in and take a look. This is... Lin Rui stood at the door, looking at the scene inside the house, his jaw almost dropped in shock. The interior of the house is very simple, with only one table. There were 3 Pokeballs of different colors and patterns on the table. Sister Yumo, are these all for me? Lin Rui asked in surprise. Ding! Negative emotions from Qin Yumo, plus 100. Boom! Qin Yumo gave Lin Rui a slap on the head. What are you thinking about? There is no such a good thing. There are 3 Pokeballs, and you can only choose one. Hearing this, Lin Rui curled his lips, thinking that he could only choose one. But one is better than nothing. Then, Lin Rui directly opened the Eye of Truth and scanned the Pokeballs in front of him one by one. The first Pokeball made Lin Rui so excited that he almost jumped up. Riolu, egg form. Qualification, King level. Incubation period, 30. Riolu, it turned out to be the wave messenger Riolu, and he has the qualifications of a king. Before even looking at the other 2 Pokémon eggs, Lin Rui decided to take Riolu's Pokémon egg. But when he saw the second Pokeball, he wanted to hug Qin Yumo and give him a big kiss. Slimy baby, Pokeball form. Qualification, King level. Incubation period, 60. King level, still has the qualifications of a king level. This time, it turned out to be the Pokeball of the quasi-god Sticky Pokémon. Suddenly, Lin Rui felt that Riolu was no longer attractive. Although Riolu becomes very powerful after evolving into Lucario, it can also Mega Evolve. But the ultimate evolution of Gummy is Dragonite, which is a quasi-god. A quasi-god that is hard to come by. At this time, Lin Rui couldn't help but look forward to what Pokémon would be in the last Pokémon egg. When Lin Rui swept past the last Pokeball, he almost stopped breathing. Shiny Ghastly, egg form. Qualification, quasi-god level. Incubation period, 35. It turned out to be Shiny Ghastly, and he has quasi-god level qualifications. Qin Yumo stood aside, secretly observing the expression on Lin Rui's face. Seeing the shock flashing across his face from time to time, Qin Yumo raised the corner of her mouth slightly and said, "How about it, brother Lin Rui, are you satisfied with the gift that your sister prepared for you?" "Sister Yumo, is this really for me? Lin Rui asked with a trembling voice. The 3 Pokeballs in front of us can be said to be in short supply. If they were put up for auction, they would definitely be sold for tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of Dragon Country currency. From what you said, it seems that you have guessed what Pokemon are in these 3 Pokemon eggs. Qin Yumo asked with a smile. I have some clues, but I don't know if I'm right. Lin Rui said modestly. Although Lin Rui already knew it, he still pretended to be confused. After all, the Eye of Truth and the system are his biggest secrets and cannot be easily exposed. Tell me about it. Qin Yumo said. Okay, if I'm wrong, please don't laugh at me, Sister Yumo. Then, under Qin Yumo's encouraging eyes, Lin Rui slowly spoke. The one on the right, if I'm mistaken, should be Ryulu's Pokemon egg. Continue. Seeing that Qin Yumo did not announce the answer, Lin Rui asked him to continue. So he continued, next is the Pokemon egg in the middle. Its color and pattern are very rare. I think it is not an ordinary Pokemon egg. It just so happens that I watched a program some time ago, and this Pokemon happened to be mentioned on the program. This is the Pokemon egg of the quasi-god Gu. After finishing speaking, Lin Rui told Qin Yumo the name of the last Pokeball without waiting for him to speak. As for this last Pokemon egg, it's even simpler. Just by looking at its pattern I know it's Ghastly's Pokemon egg. All correct, so what do you want to choose? Qin Yumo looked at Lin Rui with a smile. Lin Rui thought, how to choose? Only children make choices, of course adults want both. Chapter 56. Ghastly, it's decided to be you. Lin Rui really wanted to say that only children make choices, he wanted them all. But he only said this in his heart. Each of these 3 Pokeballs is a priceless treasure. He would feel guilty if he had to choose just one, let alone all 3. Sister Yumo, can I really choose? Lin Rui asked. Of course, this is the endorsement fee promised to you, and it's what you deserve. Qin Yumo said without hesitation. Then do I need to do something? Lin Rui thought for a while and asked. It's simple. You just need to take a few photos, but you have to represent me for 10 years. As long as you agree, you can pick any one of these 3 Pokeballs. Qin Yumo looked at Lin Rui and said with a smile. Qin Yumo spent a lot of effort to obtain these 3 Pokeballs. Originally, she had no intention of giving it to Lin Rui, but after watching Lin Rui's game yesterday, she suddenly changed her mind. Lin Rui's performance yesterday left a very deep impression on her. She saw unlimited possibilities in Lin Rui. For some reason, Qin Yumo had a feeling that Lin Rui's future was limitless. If I had to describe Lin Rui in one sentence. That is, the golden scales cannot stay in the pond, once encountering wind and clouds, they will turn into dragons. Lin Rui is the golden fish in the pond. As long as he is given enough time, sooner or later he will become a dragon flying in the sky. So, she took out these 3 Pokeballs. But the prerequisite is that Lin Rui has to endorse Tianhai breeding house for 10 years. 10 years is enough time for Lin Rui to grow. Qin Yumo did not urge Lin Rui, but waited quietly for Lin Rui to make a choice. 10 years may seem like a long time, but it is nothing compared to these 3 Pokeballs. Lin Rui hesitated for a moment before making up his mind and said, okay, 10 years is 10 years. Sister Yumo, I promise. I will endorse your breeding house for 10 years. Thank you, Lin Rui. Qin Yumo stretched out his right hand and expressed his gratitude sincerely. Lin Rui also stretched out his right hand, held Qin Yumo's slender little hand and said, I should thank you, Sister Yumo. So, Brother Lin Rui, I'm really looking forward to what you will choose. Qin Yumo asked with a smile. How to choose? Lin Rui told Qin Yumo the answer with his actions. Lin Rui walked straight to the far left and picked up Ghastly's egg. The reason why Lin Rui chose Ghastly is because its qualifications are the highest among the 3 Pokeballs, reaching the quasi-god level. Plus, it's a shiny Pokemon. Of course, the most important thing is that Lin Rui also wants to try the combination of stepping on the shadow and the song of the end. Garces, are you sure? But Gummy can evolve into the quasi-god Gummy. Qin Yumo asked after a moment of surprise. These 3 Pokemon eggs were provided by Qin Yumo. Of course, she knew that Ghastly was the one with the most potential among the 3 Pokemon eggs. But what she didn't expect was that Lin Rui actually resisted the temptation of the quasi-god and chose Ghastly instead. Lin Rui explained with a smile, Garces evolved into Jengar is also very strong, especially the black gaze combined with the song of the end is simply invincible. After hearing Lin Rui's explanation, Qin Yumo suddenly understood. It turned out that he had suffered psychological trauma from the beating. In yesterday's game, although Lin Rui broke Zhang Qi tactics, he almost fell into the ditch. So, Lin Rui joined the team because he couldn't beat them, and he accidentally chose the strongest Ghastly. Qin Yumo thought Lin Rui had X-ray vision and could see things that others couldn't see. If Lin Rui knew that Qin Yumo actually thought this way, he would definitely exclaim that this woman's intuition was truly terrifying. Then, Lin Rui bought some equipment for outdoor adventures in the store. For example, hiking boots, trekking poles, sleeping bags, etc. Of course, all of this costs money. Don't think that you don't have to pay after Lin Rui becomes the spokesperson. Afterwards, Qin Yumo asked someone to prepare a contract. After Lin Rui took a look and confirmed that there was no problem, he signed his name on it. Brother Lin Rui, happy cooperation. Happy cooperation. 4 p.m. Lin Rui dragged his tired body out of the Tianhai breeding house. He never found taking pictures so tiring. All day today, he let Qin Yumo control him and took thousands of photos of him. Although it is a bit hard, the rewards are not small. The shiny ghastly egg has quasi-god level qualifications. Thinking of this, Lin Rui's mood immediately improved a lot. Back home. Mr. and Mrs. Lin are both at home. Lin's Higuo had already been dismissed by Ruan Hongsheng, and Zhang Chunmei resigned early in the morning. Son, have you sold the Pokeballs? As soon as Lin Rui entered the door, Zhang Chunmei couldn't wait to ask. Lin Rui nodded and took out his mobile phone to show Zhang Chunmei the transfer record. 10, 2 zeros. Mom, no need to count, the total sales were 1.8 million. Lin Rui looked at his mother's money-obsessed look and couldn't help but smile. Look at you, you're such a money grubber. Lin's Higuo on the side was much more outspoken than Lin Ruiong, and he criticized Zhang Chunmei bluntly. What's wrong with being a money grubber? I am a money grubber. If you have the ability, you can also earn 1.8 million. Zhang Chunmei said dissatisfiedly. Lin Rui gave Lin's Higuo a look that told him to fend for himself and decisively fled the battlefield. Including the previous championship bonus, Lin Rui now has a total of 1.9 million. He kept 100,000 for himself and transferred the remaining 1.8 million to his mother. The moment she received the transfer information, Zhang Chunmei was immediately delighted and a brilliant smile bloomed on her face. Add extra food tonight. After saying that, he ran to the kitchen to busy himself. After dinner, Lin Rui returned to his room. Place the incubator containing the Pokeballs on the desk. This incubator was also given by Qin Yumo, and it is the most advanced one. If you buy it alone, it will cost a lot of money. The incubator displays the hatching period, so you can always know how long it will take for the Pokeball to hatch. It will take another 35 days for the eggs to hatch. I can't wait any longer. Lin Rui stared at the Pokeball in the incubator in a daze for a long time before he came to his senses. It's alright anyway, why don't we draw a prize? When in doubt, draw a lottery first. Anyway, the Elite Cup is over, and Gyarados and Power Chicken don't need to improve their strength for the time being. Lin Rui was in a hurry to exchange for the magic candy because he was going to participate in the Elite Cup. Although magic candies can quickly increase the level of Pokémon, this method of forcing things to grow quickly cannot be used all the time. This is like cultivating immortals. Blindly improving your cultivation will inevitably lead to an unstable foundation. Therefore, Lin Rui's next plan is to let Gyarados and Robopoli train more, fight more, and learn more skills and moves. Through this Elite Cup, he discovered that Pokémon's ability to master skills and moves is not like in the game, where you can master them when you reach a certain level. Rather, it is like in the animation, where one can master it through training, or one can realize it on one's own in a critical moment. There is no necessary connection with level. Lin Rui opened the system and entered the lottery interface. There are more than 2 negative emotions again. How about going all in? Chapter 57. Evolution Stone and Keystone. The next day, Lin Rui walked out with a pair of panda eyes. Last night, he kept drawing prizes until after 2 a.m. I drew a backpack full of props. Of course, most of it is garbage. The only things that are worth seeing are an unchanging stone and a shining amulet. The former is a magical stone that prevents Pokémon from evolving if they carry it. This thing is of no use to Lin Rui, how could he not let the Pokémon evolve? In comparison, the latter's Shining Amulet is more effective. Shining Amulet, it is said that it will be easier to encounter shiny Pokémon after you have it. Lin Rui didn't know how easy this method was, so he decided to give it a try after he went to the secret realm tomorrow. On the way to school, Lin Rui suddenly thought of the horrific scene of being chased by many girls yesterday. So Lin Rui called Sun Ji to get information. Fatty, what's the situation at school now? Is it dangerous? Danger. Sun Ji was stunned for a moment, then he immediately reacted and said. Ruizi, you better not come to school now. These girls are going crazy and they swear to find you. Okay, I see. Having said that, Lin Rui hung up the phone. Fortunately, I was smart and called Sun Ji first, but it looks like I don't have to go to school today. Lin Rui smiled self-deprecatingly, and casually edited a text message to his teacher, asking for leave again for today. If he doesn't go to school, where can he go? We had already been to the breeding house yesterday and had already completed the filming work, so it would be a bit inappropriate to go there again today. As for going home, that's even more impossible. My parents don't have to go to work anymore, and when I get home I will definitely be asked all kinds of questions by them. Lin Rui gets a headache just thinking about it. Do I have to wander the streets? Lin Rui complained loudly. While receiving the contempt and ridicule from passers-by, Lin Rui also gained a lot of negative emotions. Just then, Lin Rui's cell phone suddenly rang. Lin Rui picked up the phone and found that it was Xiao Yun calling. Hello, Aunt Xiao, is there something you want to talk to me about? Lin Rui asked. Lin Rui, are you free now? Can you come to my laboratory? Yes, yes. Wait for me, I'll be there soon. Lin Rui agreed without thinking, as he was worried about having no place to spend his time. After half an hour. Xiao Yun's laboratory. Aunt Xiao, are you looking for me? Lin Rui, you're here. I'm so sorry to have you make such a trip. Xiao Yun said. Lin Rui shook his head and said, it's okay. I just happened to be on leave today. Ask for leave? Are you feeling unwell? When Xiao Yun heard that Lin Rui had asked for leave, she subconsciously thought that there was something wrong with Lin Rui's health and immediately asked with concern. No, it's just that after I won the championship, my classmates were so enthusiastic that I was scared and didn't dare to go to school. Lin Rui explained with a smile. Hearing this, Xiao Yun was slightly startled, then she covered her mouth and laughed. Kid, stop joking. I asked you to come here this time because I want you to see if the keystone we are looking for is correct. Ever since Lin Rui lent the Blaziken Evolution Stone to Xiao Yun last time, she began searching for keystones and Mega Evolution Stones across the country. After so many days, we did find some glass beads that were very similar to the Blaziken Evolution Stone. But she wasn't sure whether the stones they found were real evolution stones and keystones, so she asked Lin Rui to come and help take a look. Hearing this, Lin Rui was completely confused. Wouldn't it be clear if we tested it with an instrument? Xiao Yun smiled helplessly and said, to be honest, we don't have any special testing equipment yet, mainly because we don't have enough relevant data. I see. Lin Rui nodded and understood. There is too little relevant data to manufacture specialized testing equipment, so the only way to make a judgment is by manual labor. Then, Xiao Yun asked the laboratory staff to take out all the evolution stones and keystones they had collected. From the appearance, the keystone is actually very similar to the evolution stone, but if you look closely you will find that the patterns on the two are different. In Mega Evolution, two key items are required, evolution stone and keystone. Among them, the evolution stone is the most important item. Because every Pokémon that can Mega Evolve has a corresponding evolution stone. But keystones are different, they are interoperable. In other words, one keystone can allow two or more different Pokémon to Mega Evolve at the same time. Of course, in the games and anime, only one Mega Evolution can be used in a fight. I don't know what happens in reality, and no one has ever tried it. But Lin Rui felt that he could give it a try if he had the chance in the future. His three Pokémon, Gyarados, Charmeleon, and the unhatched Ghastly, are all Pokémon that can Mega Evolve. If there were no restrictions on Mega Evolution in real battles, he would be able to Mega Evolve continuously. At this time, the laboratory staff had come to Lin Rui with a tray. On the tray, there are 10 transparent stones like glass beads. If you look at it with your naked eyes without using a detector, it is indeed very similar to the Blaziken Evolution Stone. Lin Rui picked up one at random and scanned it with the eye of truth. Ordinary glass beads, of no value at all. Sure enough, the first one was just an ordinary glass bead. As soon as Lin Rui put the glass bead down, Xiao Yun couldn't wait to ask, how is it? Is this an evolution stone or a keystone? Lin Rui shook his head and said, neither, it's just an ordinary glass bead. I knew it wouldn't be easy to find. Xiao Yun said with a wry smile. It's okay, Aunt Xiao. We still have some. Maybe there's an evolution stone or a keystone. Lin Rui comforted. After saying that, Lin Rui picked up the second one. After being identified by the eye of truth, it is still an ordinary glass bead. Then came the third and the fourth, all glass beads. Just when everyone was feeling discouraged, the eye of truth finally gave a different response. Beedrill Evolution Stone, a magical stone that can be mega evolved when Beedrill is carrying it. Got it, this is the Beedrill Evolution Stone. Lin Rui said loudly. Really? That's great, it's really great. Hearing this, Xiao Yun finally showed a smile on her face. The other staff members in the laboratory also breathed a sigh of relief. During this period, they collected evolution stones and keystones day and night. It would be very discouraging if they didn't gain anything. Fortunately, I finally got some results and it wasn't all in vain. However, with only the evolution stone, they cannot continue their research, and they must obtain the keystone. Chapter 58. How to distinguish evolution stones and keystones. Lin Rui took out the Beedrill evolution stone separately and put it aside. Then, he looked at the remaining 5 glass beads that were suspected to be evolution stones and keystones. To be honest, if he didn't use the eye of truth to test, he wouldn't be able to determine whether these stones were real evolution stones or keystones. After all, he had only seen them in games and anime before, and had not seen all the evolution stones. Lin Rui picked up the 6th one, glanced at it, and immediately put it down. Seeing this scene, Xiao Yun knew without asking any more questions that this was not it. The same goes for the 7th and 8th. The 9th one. Hey! This pattern! Lin Rui found that the pattern on the 8th glass bead looked familiar, as if he had seen it somewhere before, but he couldn't remember where it was for a moment. Forget it, it's more convenient to just use the eye of truth to take a look. With a glance of the eye of truth, a prompt box suddenly appeared in front of Lin Rui's eyes. Keystone, a stone with unknown power that allows Pokémon that fight with a Mega Evolution Stone to Mega Evolve. Keystone. It really is a keystone. After seeing the system prompt, Lin Rui finally remembered what the pattern was. Unknown Totem. The biggest difference between a keystone and an evolution stone is the pattern. The pattern on the keystone is an unknown totem. The pattern on the evolution stone is the same color as the Pokémon itself. Take the Beedrill evolution stone as an example. The color of Beedrill is mainly yellow and black, and the pattern on the evolution stone is also yellow and black. The color of Flamulina is mainly black and red, and the pattern on the evolution stone is also black and red. With this discovery, Lin Rui felt that it would be much easier to find evolution stones and keystones in the future. Thinking of this, Lin Rui immediately told Xiao Yun about his discovery. Aunt Xiao, this is the keystone. Really? Hearing this, Xiao Yun was so excited that she almost cried for joy. After Xiao Yun calmed down, Lin Rui spoke again. Aunt Xiao, I also found a way to distinguish between evolution stones and keystones. Tell me quickly. Lin Rui organized his words and said, look at the pattern inside this keystone. Does it look like an unknown totem? Unknown totem. The unknown totem is a very peculiar Pokémon. It is based on English letters and punctuation marks. It has a total of 28 forms and only appears in ruins. Ordinary people may not know about the unknown totem, but Xiao Yun, as a Pokémon researcher, has heard of it. What Xiao Yun found strange was how did Lin Rui, a high school student, know that? Xiao Yun's heart was full of doubts, and she found that she could no longer see through Lin Rui. But everyone has their own secrets, and if Lin Rui doesn't tell her, she won't ask. At this time, Lin Rui continued, yes, it is an unknown totem. If it has such a pattern, it is most likely a keystone. As for the evolution stone, it is also very easy to identify. As he spoke, Lin Rui picked up the Beedrill evolution stone and said, Aunt Xiao, look at the color of its pattern. Doesn't it look very similar to the color of the Beedrill? After Lin Rui's reminder, Xiao Yun actually discovered that the pattern and color of the beedrill evolution stone was exactly the same as the color of the beedrill itself. "And Xiao, can you take my flame chicken evolution stone and have a look at it to see if the pattern on it is the same color as the flame chicken itself?" Upon hearing this, Xiao Yun immediately asked the staff to fetch Lin Rui's Blaziken evolution stone. After a closer look, it was indeed as Lin Rui said. "That's true. This way we will have a basis for collecting evolution stones and keystones in the future," Xiao Yun said. "Now that we have the evolution stone and keystone, we can start the mega evolution experiment next," Lin Rui said. "That's right, so Lin Rui, you'd better quickly evolve Brakisef into Blaziken. I'm waiting for you," Xiao Yun said with a smile on her face while looking at Lin Rui. Lin Rui pointed at himself in surprise. "It's you," Xiao Yun repeated, "you discovered Mega Evolution. I think it is very meaningful for you to complete the first Mega Evolution. And most importantly..." At this point, Xiao Yun paused for a moment, then continued, "The most important thing is that as an experimenter, you will receive a subsidy." Subsidy? As long as it wasn't for free, Lin Rui had no reason to refuse. "It doesn't matter whether I get subsidies or not. I am dedicating myself to scientific research," Lin Rui said, patting his chest. But before everyone started to praise him, he asked again, "And Xiao, can I ask what the subsidy is?" Ding! Negative emotions from Xiao Yun, plus 99. Ding! Negative emotions from Wang Su, plus 100. Ding! Negative emotions from Zhou Zihan, plus 50. Xiao Yun rolled her eyes at Lin Rui and said, "It's hard to say what it is right now. Everything depends on our final research results, but I can guarantee that once our research results confirm your guess, I think a quasi-divine egg will be inevitable." Yesterday, Lin Rui narrowly missed the quasi-divine egg. "I didn't expect that one day later, I would have another chance to get the quasi-divine egg." Although the results of the experiment have not yet come out, Lin Rui believes that the final result must be as he said. "It seems that I have to think carefully about getting that quasi-divine egg," Lin Rui said confidently. "Then I wish us success in the experiment in advance." Success, must succeed. Night. When Lin Rui returned home, he unexpectedly received a call from Zhang Jianan. "Lin Rui, why haven't you come to school these 2 days? Are you sick?" Faced with Zhang Jianan's concern, Lin Rui certainly couldn't tell the truth. Although Lin Rui has never been in a relationship, even a fool can see that Zhang Jianan is interested in him. In order not to make the goddess sad, Lin Rui could only lie and say that he had something to do in the past 2 days. And briefly described the itinerary of the past 2 days. After learning that Lin Rui had obtained a ghastly with quasi-god level qualifications, Zhang Jianan was also very happy for Lin Rui. "Lin Rui, will you participate in the Secret Realm training tomorrow?" After chatting for a while, Zhang Jianan finally asked her the purpose of her call. So this little girl wanted to ask this. Lin Rui raised his lips slightly and said to the phone beside his ear, "Of course I will participate. I have been waiting for a long time." Hearing this, Zhang Jianan immediately asked, "Can I go with you tomorrow?" "Of course I will protect you tomorrow." Lin Rui immediately patted his chest and said, "This is what you said, don't go back on it. No regrets." After getting Lin Rui's assurance, Zhang Jianan hung up the phone contentedly. After packing up his equipment, Lin Rui went to bed early, looking forward to tomorrow's Secret Realm training. Chapter 59, Start the Secret Realm Training. The Jianghai Secret Realm seems particularly lively today. Early in the morning, all the senior students of Jianghai No. 1 Middle School took a bus to the entrance of the Secret Realm. Starting from today, they will conduct a 3-day Secret Realm training in the Jianghai Secret Realm. This is to train their ability to survive in the wild and their combat capabilities. Although these students are the future flowers of Dragon Country, how can they see the rainbow without going through the wind and rain? Students, are you ready for the challenge? In the square at the entrance of the Secret Realm, more than 1,000 high school students were lined up in class. The principal of Jianghai No. 1 Middle School stood at the front and asked the students. "Ready?" More than 1,000 students shouted in unison. The scene was quite shocking. "Okay, I won't say much then. I wish you all a fruitful 3-day training in the Secret Realm. But the most important premise is to ensure your own safety. If you encounter danger, you must fire a signal flare immediately. The school teachers and the staff of the Pokémon League will come to your rescue immediately. Now, Each class will set off in turn. Lin Rui's class 1 of grade 3 was the first to pass through the gate to the secret realm. Jianghai Secret Realm is a secret realm for beginners and the only secret realm in Jianghai City. Many people have visited it after becoming Pokémon trainers. So everyone is familiar with the secret realm of rivers and seas. Once they entered the secret realm, everyone started exploring in groups. Lin Rui knew how popular he was in the school. If he stayed near the entrance for a while, he would not be able to leave later. So he immediately called Sun Ji and Zhang Jianan to prepare to head to the forest deep in the secret realm. But at this moment, 2 girls from the same class blocked the way of Lin Rui and others. "Student Lin Rui, this is our first time in the secret realm. Can you take us with you?" asked a girl standing on the left. This person's name is Jo Lily. Relying on her good looks, she often plays with the boys who like her. Originally, Lin Rui was just an unknown person in school. Although he later tamed the fire chicken and caused a small sensation in school, Jo Lily still thought that Lin Rui was a loser. It was not until Lin Rui shined in the Elite Cup Challenge, won the championship and became a celebrity in the school that Jo Lily changed her opinion of Lin Rui. Jo Lily felt that with her looks, she would be able to win over Lin Rui and have something happen with him that went beyond classmate friendship. Looking at Jo Lily, who was dressed up carefully, Lin Rui's face was full of disgust. Yes, Jo Lily is indeed prettier than the average girl. But in front of Zhang Jianan, Jo Lily's appearance pales in comparison. At this time, Zhang Jianan pursed her lips, her 2 little hands tightly clasped the corners of her clothes, looking as if she wanted to say something but hesitated. Lin Rui noticed Zhang Jianan's little movement and suddenly reached out and held Zhang Jianan's little hand. Under Zhang Jianan's shocked gaze, Lin Rui said to Jo Lily, "I'm sorry, I have a serious respiratory disease and I'm not used to breathing with strangers." As he said that, he took Zhang Jianan's hand and walked around the 2 of them. "Asshole, Lin Rui, you will regret this," Jo Lily shouted behind her. I don't know whether Lin Rui will regret it later, but he doesn't regret it now. On the contrary, he was very happy. Because just in this moment, Jo Lily contributed 999 points of negative emotion to him. Zhang Jianan was also happy. Zhang Jianan's little hand was held by Lin Rui, and her pretty face turned red with embarrassment. Lin Rui held my hand. His hand was so warm. This time secret realm training is mainly to train their survival ability in the secret realm. If you want to become a top trainer, fighting and adventure are essential. Only by accumulating experience in battle after battle and finding opportunities in adventure after adventure can the final transformation be achieved. In order to encourage battles, all Pokémon captured in the secret realm will belong to the students personally. You know, there are thousands of students coming to the secret realm for training this time. If one person captures one Pokémon, that would require thousands of Pokémon. Of course, this is just theoretical data. Not everyone can capture Pokémon. Just like Lin Rui, he had no intention of capturing Pokémon in the Jianghai Secret Realm. After all, the Jianghai Secret Realm is a novice secret realm, and most of the Pokémon inside are just ordinary Pokémon, and their qualifications are generally not high. Even if it is tamed, there is no potential for training. By the way, Ruizi, what kind of Pokémon are you planning to capture this time? After the 3 of them walked for a while, Sun Ji suddenly asked. I don't plan to capture any new Pokémon in the short term. Lin Rui said casually. Don't want to capture any Pokémon? The college entrance examination requires a 3v3 battle. You only have 2 Pokémon now. If you don't capture them soon, you may not have enough time to train them. Sun Ji said. At this time, Sun Ji didn't know that Lin Rui had obtained the quasi-god level Ghastly Egg. He still thought that Lin Rui only had 2 Pokémon. Without waiting for Lin Rui to explain, Zhang Jianan said with a smile, he already has a 3rd Pokémon. Hearing this, Sun Ji was stunned. How come he didn't know that Lin Rui had a 3rd Pokémon? And many more? How could Zhang Jianan know? There is adultery. Sun Ji looked at the 2 of them strangely. Seeing that their hands were still held together, he said with a sly smile, You 2, are you together? Ah, what? Zhang Jianan quickly broke free from Lin Rui's hand and lowered his head to play with the corner of his clothes. Lin Rui jumped up and shot Sun Ji in the head. You are the only one who talks too much. I don't think you are dumb if you don't speak. He was originally holding Zhang Jianan's little hand, but because of Sun Ji's words, he could no longer hold her hand. Ding! Negative emotions from Sun Ji, plus 199. How could I be talkative? I just asked a question. Sun Ji muttered softly while rubbing his head. Sun Ji actually dared to refute. Lin Rui immediately glared at him and said, "Didn't your parents teach you not to ask questions that you shouldn't ask?" "Okay, Lin Rui, stop bullying Sun Ji." At this time, Zhang Jianan couldn't stand it anymore and stood up for Sun Ji. Seeing Zhang Jianan speak for him, Sun Ji seemed to have found a savior, and immediately cried, "Sister-in-law, you have to take good care of Ruizi. He only knows how to bully me every day." "Sun Ji, what are you talking about? If you keep talking nonsense, I will ignore you." After saying that, Zhang Jianan ran away with a shy look on her face. However, Sun Ji's call of sister-in-law really touched Zhang Jianan's heart and made her very happy. When Lin Rui saw Zhang Jianan running away, he was worried about her safety, so he left Sun Ji behind and chased after her. Sun Ji stood there in a daze, thinking that he had not said anything wrong. Could it be that Zhang Jianan doesn't like me calling her sister-in-law? But if you don't call her sister-in-law, should you call her sister-in-law? Chapter 60, Evil will be punished. Lin Rui and his two companions walked leisurely in the secret realm, admiring the scenery along the way. When they encounter some cute wild Pokémon, the three of them will stop to take pictures. Judging from the posture of these three people, they don't look like they are here for adventure or training, but rather for vacation. At noon, it's time for lunch. The three of them sat under a tree and ate the food they brought with them. Lin Rui and Sun Ji didn't care much and just brought ordinary bread. Zhang Jianan was different. He brought homemade sandwiches and also made one for Lin Rui. Seeing Lin Rui eating the loving sandwich while he could only chew on dry bread, Sun Ji silently shed tears that only single people can. On the other hand, the other side. Lin Rui was eating the heart sandwich while looking at his negative emotion value which was constantly rising. He felt extremely happy. Ding! Negative emotion value from Sun Ji, plus 100. Ding! Negative emotion value from Sun Ji, plus 99. Ding! Negative emotion value from Zhou Lily, plus 666. Hey, this Zhou Lily is really resentful. She even has over 600 negative emotion points. Lin Rui looked through the negative emotion value income records. The top one was the negative emotion value from Sun Ji, and the following series were all from Zhou Lily. No, why is there someone else? Negative emotion value from Li Zhechao, plus 888. Negative emotion value from Jian Dabao, plus 999. Negative emotion value from Deng Xian, plus 900. Lin Rui didn't know these three people at all, and he didn't seem to have any impression of them having any intersection. How could he have negative emotion values for them? Lin Rui carefully looked at the time on the income record again and found that the negative emotion values of these three people were generated at the same time. Abnormal, very abnormal. Fatty, do you know Li Zhechao, Jian Dabao, and Deng Xian? Lin Rui asked. Although he didn't know these three people, given Sun Ji's connections, he should know something. I know. Why are you suddenly asking about these three? Sun Ji asked back. Nothing, just asking suddenly. Lin Rui said casually. Sun Ji did not doubt him and said, Li Zhechao is from class 5, Jian Dabao is from class 6, and Deng Xian is from class 8. Although they are not in the same class, they all have one common characteristic. What characteristics? At this point, Sun Ji kept the secret a secret and continued, they are all Zhou Lily's suitors. Hearing this, Lin Rui suddenly understood. No wonder these three people have negative emotions towards me, it turns out it's because of Zhou Lily. Lin Rui thought to himself. At this time, Sun Ji continued, there's nothing to worry about these three people. They are just a bunch of small fish and shrimps. Meanwhile, on the other side, Zhou Lily held a grudge after being ruthlessly rejected by Lin Rui. He happened to meet the three people and told them what had happened before, adding some exaggeration. Of course, she changed her words. I wanted to follow Lin Rui till Lin Rui wanted to be with her, but when she rejected him, Lin Rui verbally humiliated her. The three men, Zhou Lily's suitors, became furious after hearing what she said and threatened to settle the score with Lin Rui. Lily, don't worry, we will definitely get out of this situation. Jian Dabao said, patting his chest. Yes, Lily, just wait and see. Deng Xian and Li Zhechao immediately agreed upon seeing this. But Lin Rui is very strong and he's the champion of the Elite Cup. Can you really beat him? Or let's just forget it. Zhou Lili said with some embarrassment. What's wrong with the champion? There are 3 of us. Don't you think we can't beat him if we 3 attack him together? Qian Dabao said confidently. Qian Dabao, you finally said something sensible, but I agree with what you said. That's right. As long as the 3 of us come together, no matter who the champion is, we will beat him to a pulp. Afterwards, the 3 of them hit it off and prepared to cause trouble for Lin Rui. At this time, Lin Rui didn't know that these 3 people were looking for him throughout the secret realm. After Sun Ji's introduction, Lin Rui had a certain understanding of the strength of these 3 people. The strongest among the 3 is Deng Xian, whose Pokémon is the level 19 Orb Spinner. He also participated in the previous Elite Cup challenge, but was eliminated in the first round of preliminaries. As for the other 2, Qian Dabao and Li Zhechao are even worse. Qian Dabao's Pokémon is a level 15 Beedrill. Li Zhechao's Pokémon is a level 17 Sharp-Tooth Fish. Not to mention Lin Rui, Sun Ji can easily control these 3 people. Since the 3 of them were not a concern, Lin Rui didn't take the matter to heart. However, some people simply overestimate their own abilities. Lin Rui and his 2 companions had just finished lunch and were about to leave when Zhou Lili and her group came to their door. Look, Lin Rui and the others are right in front. Orb Silk Spider, use the poisonous needle. Seeing Lin Rui and others, Deng Xian immediately ordered the round silk spider to use its poison needle. Careful! Deng Xian and his team launched a sneak attack, so when Lin Rui discovered it, the poison needle was only 10 meters away from them. Gyarados, hold on! Without time to think, Lin Rui released Gyarados immediately and used it to block the poisonous needle attack of the Orb Silk Spider. Jianan, Fatty, are you okay? Lin Rui asked. I'm fine. Sun Ji said, sticking his head out from behind the tree. Just now, at the moment when Lin Rui shouted be careful, Sun Ji showed flexibility that was not suitable for his body size. With a flexible movement, he hid behind a big tree. Seeing that Sun Ji was fine, Lin Rui looked at Zhang Jianan in his arms again. I'm fine. Zhang Jianan said with a flushed face. Just now, when facing the danger, Lin Rui subconsciously held Zhang Jianan in his arms. Zhang Jianan smelled the scent of Lin Rui and felt a sense of security in her heart. Seeing that both of them were fine, Lin Rui breathed a sigh of relief. Even though the person was fine, it didn't mean Lin Rui wasn't angry. Good, very good. Lin Rui looked at them coldly and said. In Dragon Country, it is clearly stated that trainers may not order Pokémon to attack humans. Once discovered, the trainer's qualifications will be revoked at the very least, and at the worst, he will be sentenced to prison, or even his life will be exchanged for another's. For the country, the loss of any trainer is a great pity. Especially for powerful trainers, the state regulations prohibit ordering Pokémon to attack trainers and ordinary people. However, Deng Xian's actions just now have violated the law. Fatty, call the Alliance search team. Lin Rui didn't waste any time and directly asked Sun Ji to call the police. No, I didn't mean to. Deng Xian was already panicking at this moment. He didn't expect things to turn out like this. He just wanted to scare Lin Rui and never thought of killing them. Besides, he didn't dare. What are you afraid of? There are only a few of us here and there is no surveillance. Even if the search team comes, they will not believe their one-sided story. Zhou Lili said calmly. Yeah, there are only a few of us here, and there are no surveillance cameras. Even if the search team comes, they can't do anything to me. Deng Xian reacted and immediately burst into laughter. Really? Then listen to what this is. As he spoke, Lin Rui took out his cell phone and played a recording. That's exactly the conversation between the few people just now. Although this cannot serve as direct evidence, it is enough to make Deng Xian and his friends suffer.